World wants to, digging through the facts, side by side. Even when it's dark, we bring the light. No clickbait, no fake feels, just truth and the highs and the reels. With the chat that roasts and rise, we're just here for the case and the vibes. This is the Broken Digger, where the stories unfold with a smile in the heart, even when it's cold. Yeah, we cover the bad with a wink and a grin. Where the real talk starts, come on, jump in. It's the only place to be, can't you see? For trials and truth, it's BBTV. The Broken Digger, where the trials come alive. Yeah, we'll be here, trial after trial. Yeah.
Well, sorry, StreamYard didn't want to connect today, so that took a little extra time. Hopefully it works now. I've been trying to get online for the last 3-4 minutes. But good morning, all. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We saw each other yesterday, and we will be back today and cover Bradley Yohn, our favorite idiot. Sadly, Jamie is stuck at work, so we can't talk about her labia manure. Hey, Hyacinth. Hello. Well, I can talk you to bed then. Give you nightmares with this idiot. Just have someone ask me if I was stupid on Twitter, so I just have to reply. Another day, another idiot on the twits. Say hello to Lefty, everyone. He's here. No, don't say hello to Lefty. And I have to say thank you to 3 Jayhawks for gifting a super chat thanks to one of my videos. Thank you all for watching them. They have been getting a lot of traction, so that makes it fun to make. Please sing us a Danish lullaby to send us to sleep, won't you, kind sir? Den lille Ole med paraplyen, han kender alle små børn i byen. Han kender store, og han kender små. Han kender det, da. That's about all I know. Beautiful Costa Rica, close to the occupied Danish territories, St. Croix, St. Vincent, and I can't remember the last one, that we sold to the Americas in 1917. No, Lefty can't be on Twitter. He can't spell. Lefty, I hate to break your bubble, but English is a language that's derivative of the Saxon languages, which is what Danish is. So, as always, you are behind. But remember I said that not Lefty's idiot cousin, but Bradley Yohn's idiot cousin will play a role in this competition, court case. That is actually where we are starting out today. Yes, I sang about the little Ole with an umbrella. He's kind of like the Sandman. Hey, Virginia. Yeah, it was, French language, which is from Rollo, who was the Viking that invaded France, got Normandy, and then took England from the Danish. Is it Cousin Idiot Day? It is Idiot Cousin Day. Yes, it is. So, for those of you who weren't here yesterday, Bradley Yohn is the scum of the world. He carjacked a 77-year-old woman, sexually assaulted her with his own implements and also other implements. And he seems like he has a fetish talking about what he did to this 77-year-old woman and how much injury he did to her. He's absolutely horrible. He's also pro se, which means he's an idiot. So let's go back and watch the trial.
That they're ready to proceed with trial previously. Mr. Jones, the state ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor. There is one issue we need to address outside the presence of the jury if the court could let me be heard.
Sure.
Your Honor, yesterday, an individual by the name of Travis Bloom attempted to enter the courtroom while the proceedings were occurring. He was stopped by security and told he could enter at breaks. At that point, he stayed outside the courtroom, but was heard outside the courtroom making very loud comments that were heard by Sheriff's Deputy Sam Smith inside the courtroom. Or Sam, I apologize, he was outside, but he heard making very loud comments. At that point, he was told that he needed to be quiet, couldn't interrupt the court proceedings. He was asked to leave at that point. He began to respond with profanity and intense behavior. At that point, Deputy Smith told him, based on his behavior, he was not going to be allowed to come back to the courtroom proceedings for fear that he would continue to disrupt the proceedings, as is the responsibility of the sheriff's office for the security of the courtrooms. He attempted to re-enter the courtroom today. He was told that he was not going to be allowed to enter the courtroom. And again, he responded with profanity and anger and was escorted out of the courtroom outside of the courthouse by sheriff's deputies. I did want to make a record of that. It is an open proceeding. However, the open proceedings are limited to spectators who are able to control their behavior both inside and outside of the courtroom. At this point, Mr. Bloom has shown that he could not do that. So the sheriff's office, acting in their discretion and their authority for the security of the courthouse, have banned him from returning to the courtroom. I wanted to make a record of that so the court was aware and so the defense was aware. Thank
Your Honor, I object to this. Your Honor, throughout my time here, my family has been repetitively denied. I understand Travis Bloom is an idiot. I understand that fully.
The defense was aware. Thank
Your Honor, I object to this. Your Honor, throughout my time here, my family has been repetitively denied. I understand Travis Bloom is an idiot. I understand that. My family has been repetitively denied. I understand Travis Bloom is an idiot. I understand I'm here. My family has been repetitively denied. I understand Travis Bloom is an idiot.
This is why I love this case. I should be able to teach Lefty to write English. After all, you say it's like it's spelled, then you just spell it like it sounds. No, Valhalla says it's like it's spelled. Well, the judge will clear up how big of an idiot he is.
Understand that. Fully understand that. He holds a good heart. They didn't arrest him yesterday. If he did all the things, they probably should have arrested him, right? I mean, these are very serious matters. To limit him from the courtroom simply because of this is ridiculous. If a person does not know that they cannot come in during a time that is not a recess, then maybe they should be explained that, or maybe there should be notices posted on the wall somewhere. Your Honor, for them to give him one warning and tell him you cannot come back in the courtroom is wrong. I believe the man should have a chance. I understand where he's highly agitated. I would be too, considering what's going on with my family. It's quite ridiculous. I believe he should be enabled as long as he can control himself. He was simply pushed out of the courtroom without giving notice. That deputy yesterday did not give him notice that, hey, you can't come in when it's not recess, sir. I said, you can't come in, and I heard it. I heard it with my own ears. It's wrong. I've been prejudicially treated the whole time I've been here. Insanely and ridiculously treated. Now my family has to be treated over that. It's wrong. I am in hopes and pray that the courts give him an opportunity to come in here as long as he can control his manners and sit quietly and not interrupt the courts. This has been an ongoing problem, Your Honor. I've addressed it many times I've addressed the prejudice to me very many times. I've brought proof of it. I have a red thumb drive, a verbatim brand that has proof of prejudice done to me, where I have been assaulted in this courthouse or in this jail and in this courthouse building. People have made note of it, not just outside of this courthouse today,
Mr.
but
Yohn, if
people.
I could focus you back on Mr. Bloom. That's the issue before us today.
Your Honor, and I apologize, but I am focused on that. The prejudice has been ongoing, and I believe it even more prejudice that my one family member who is local is not permitted to sit in. He simply tried to come in, and as I said, he's an idiot. He doesn't know that. I wouldn't know that. A common person wouldn't know that you can't come in during a recess or during a time that's not a recess. I believe he should be given a chance, Your Honor.
Mr. Yohn, that's fine. I've heard your argument. The gentleman in the back courtroom by the door with law
This is how you smack down an idiot. I love this judge.
enforcement. What's your name? You step outside the door and see if there's anything posted about their entering the courtroom during a recess.
There is, Your Honor.
And what does it say, sir?
It says, you may only enter the courtroom at recess or breaks.
And you were here yesterday, sir?
I was.
And was that sign posted on the door at all times?
I believe so.
Have a seat, Mr. Yohn. Your motion or objection is overruled. You are, as you described, idiot relative Travis Bloom should have read the door sign before he tried to enter the courtroom, and so he was advised of the court rules. And as he has attempted to disrupt these proceedings yesterday as represented, he will be barred from attending further proceedings in this matter. Mr. Jones, is the state ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Yohn, is the defense ready to proceed?
I have no choice, Your Honor.
All right, we'll have the bailiff bring the jury in.
As you said, your idiot cousin. I love this judge. He takes no shits.
For the record, all members are off with the state having presented 3 witnesses. So Mr. Jones, case is still.
I don't think he ever talked about the case after. There is a short interview with the prosecution team that's pretty good. I hope I find that. Oh, and we're being Mo-rated. Mo-raiders sneaking in the back door. Mo-raiders like they did before. The judge was highly inappropriate. He should be sanctioned. Dave, no, he shouldn't. He just said what Mr. Yohn said, that his cousin was an idiot. Who else would have known better?
In your court, do you, or on your side, do you wish to call your next witness?
We do, Your Honor.
No,
Yeah,
we didn't post
Now,
the
people
sign
would
on
call
the
Joe
wall.
Lohmeyer.
Mr. Joe Lohmeyer. Joe Lohmeyer,
I believe I can
is
answer
that you? No, all right. Just happened to come in.
The name before this board shall be adjourned.
Ms. Keck, when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you tell us your name, please?
Joe Lohmeyer,
Mr. Lohmeyer, how are you employed?
Sergeant Patrol, Adams County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked with the Adams County Sheriff's Department?
About 18 years.
I'm sorry, can
About 18 years.
I have you pull that a little bit closer? My hearing is terrible, so. Sergeant Lohmeyer, were you working on the evening of November 9th, 2021?
Yes.
That evening, about 6:30 in the evening, did a call come in where you responded to 4300 Bottom Road here in Quincy?
Yes.
Tell us what the call was that came in.
The call came in as a woman carjacking and rape.
When you arrived at the residence of 4300 Bottom Road that evening, did you go inside the house?
Yes.
Before you went inside the house, did you notice anything about the front area of that house? As far as any markings on them?
The front of the house kind of had a bit of a circle drive, and there was a grassy area in the center. There were some tire marks on the grassy area in the center.
When you went inside, did you notice anything about the door leading from the garage into the house?
Yeah. The door from the garage into the house, there were footprints on the door. It had been kicked in. The door hinge or the latch was broke.
And if we can put People's Exhibit 39 on the screen. Sergeant Lohmeyer, is this what you saw when you talked about the identification?
Yes.
Mark here.
Mhm.
And then also, was there this mark right here in the drywall?
Yes.
So for the record, I'm pointing to an indent in the drywall. We got People's Exhibit 40. And this was close up of that mark in the drywall, correct?
Yes.
When you went into the residence further, did you observe an individual inside of that residence?
Yes.
Tell me what you observed about that individual.
There was a older female sitting on the floor with her legs kind of off to the side. She appeared distraught.
When you saw this older female, did you know who that was at that point?
No.
When you responded that evening, you were one of the first officers on scene, correct?
Yes. Deputy Bowden and I arrived at about the same time.
Is your job when you first respond to just get a very basic statement from an individual?
Yes.
And you said that you had been told based on the dispatch report that it was for a carjacking and I believe you said a rape. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you have information about whether or not the suspects were on scene?
The suspects were not on scene.
Based on the fact that that was the report and you did not know where the suspects were, what was your concern?
We have a woman reporting a rape and violence, and so my concern is community safety, you know,
Because you want to find out
where this guy is at and try to stop any future problems.
Based on that, is that why you then got a statement from this woman?
Yes.
Did you learn that her name was Tina Lohman?
Yes.
And did you ask her what had happened?
Yes.
Tell us what she told you had occurred.
Objection, Your Honor. Testimony or hearsay.
No,
Your Honor, the officer testified that he was on scene, the suspects were missing, she was distraught, and he needed to find those suspects for community safety, which is all exception to the hearsay rule and confrontation clause.
Court will overrule the objection as the hearsay falls within that exception. You may answer the question.
Okay. So she said she was on her way home and
Sergeant Lohmeyer, can I have you get a little bit
Yeah.
closer?
okay. She said she was on her way home. It was evening time. She drives a car where the headlights typically turn on automatically. But someone else had used the car previously or somehow the automatic thing was not working. So as it was starting to get dark, she was concerned about the lights. So she stopped on North Bottom Road to try to fix the light situation. And she said a truck pulled up behind her, and she initially thought a man got out. She initially felt that he was there to help her with whatever situation she was having, and then learned that this was going to be a situation where he told her to scoot over, get over in the passenger seat with threat of violence, and he took the car.
Sergeant Lohmeyer, once she told you that he took the car, did you also ask her as she was continuing on if she could give you a description of this man so that you could try to locate this man?
Yeah, she described a white, scruffy, redheaded male. That was the male description.
Did she also describe if he had any facial hair?
Scruffy beard.
As after he had taken her car, what did she say that he did?
She said that he began rubbing her crotch. I think she said he demanded her jewelry first. So
oh, interesting.
she gave him he took all the jewelry she had on herself, and then her cell phone. And she said he threw the cell phone out the window. She said while this was occurring, he at times was rubbing her crotch over her clothes.
She's 77 years old. Why are you doing that? Kirk's, when it gets closer to court and there's something out there, because right now it's all speculation, rumors, and innuendos. And I cover what goes on in filings, not what's talked about online.
She was very, very scared. And
Sergeant Lohmeyer, as she was telling all these things, you said at the beginning that she was distraught. Was she still distraught as she was telling you these things?
yes, very distraught. Would you like me to describe it?
Yes, please.
Okay. So when I saw her, she was on the floor. There was some crying, but it was also.
No, she told it to him.
I think what I've seen in other people is shock, just disbelief, kind of bewilderment. When I would talk to her and ask her what happened, there was like a pain for kind of remembering it, and some hesitation, and it was kind of a little bit disjointed.
It's not good when a seasoned officer is so emotional in court.
As far as how the conversation went, and I think that was a reflection of how emotional she was. She
Well, Kay, I think that was Vice Baby who gifted it to you yesterday. There was a lot of K's that came in yesterday. Kirk, I will see if my mods can find something interesting on that case. But right now, I just know there's a lot of speculation going on about why he did it and what the judge have done. So we have to figure that one out, because just like with Karen Reed, there's more stories out there than there is truth, and I like to cover what we can prove.
she seemed, I describe it as shock, but it was the best I can describe that. Just utter confusion, I think, and disbelief is kind of what I read in her face, and pain, I think, of remembering what happened.
Sergeant Lohmeyer, as she continued to tell you, you said that she was then driving home. Once they got home, what did she say she did?
Your Honor, I'd like to object. I'd like to raise a continuing objection to testimony of hearsay. This does not fall under spontaneous declaration or anything of the such, that she had already spoken with others before this.
All right, Ms. Keck, can you respond?
Your Honor, he responded. We heard yesterday that Tim Schmidt called 911 right away. The officer then immediately responded. He was one of the first officers on the scene. Clearly, she is still undergoing the emotion and experiencing the excitement of what had occurred based on the officer's testimony and what we heard yesterday.
All right, so I'm going to overrule your objection, Mr. Yohn. Again, finding such testimony is under a hearsay exception.
Sergeant Lohmeyer, can you tell us what she said she did once she got to her residence?
Yeah. She tried to get away from him. She got out of the car and locked the garage door before he entered. She's trying to lock him out.
Was he able to get inside?
Yeah, she said he kicked the door in.
Did she also indicate that inside of the residence that she had been sexually assaulted or raped?
Yes.
Did she say how that had occurred?
Yes.
How did that occur according to what she told you?
Well, it started with threats. He had rummaged. She said he had rummaged through the drawers and the cabinets in the house and found a knife and threatened her with a knife. She said that he was upset about not getting more money at the house, and she said that he put his penis in her vagina, and it was.
Did she say where this had happened at in the house?
Yeah, in the living room, on the chair in the living room.
Sergeant Lohmeyer, we're going to put up People's Exhibit 41. Sergeant Lohmeyer said that chair was this the chair that I'm pointing to? It's a green and white checker chair that she indicated where this had occurred.
Yes.
And when you came into the residence, was she sitting near that chair?
Yes.
Where was she sitting near that chair? On the floor or on a piece of furniture?
Mm-hmm. So on the floor in front of that plaid green chair.
So right in this area?
Yes.
And I'm pointing for the record right in front of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Sergeant Lohmeyer, when you were there, did you observe what we see in the picture is a spray can right here to the left of the chair?
Yes.
As well as further into the kitchen area, a knife that was laying on the floor.
Yes.
And all of that was present in those locations when you were right on scene that evening.
Yes.
Did she also, Ms. Lohman, also indicate to you there was another individual present with the white man with the scruffy hair?
Yes.
Who did she know who that individual was?
No.
Did you ask her about that person as well to try to get information to find that person as well?
Yes.
What did she tell you about the person that was with that white man with the scruffy hair?
A shorter black female.
Thank you, officer. There's
I heard the judge's explanation and I didn't quite understand it. I had to, because normally, yeah, No, this is not a murder case. This is a sexual assault case. She died 33 days later, but from a broken heart, is what they say. It wasn't directly in connection. Well, it was, but you can't link it up criminally because she was raped and beaten, but it wasn't those injuries that led to her passing. It was a horrible, horrible way he treated her. The only reason why I rewatch it is because he's such an idiot that we laugh way more in this trial than we should because he's just so dumb.
I have no other questions.
Mr. Yohn, care to cross-examine?
Yes, sir. Officer Lowmeyer, your report here I hold in my hand, obviously you know what it is. It's pretty minimal for what you've stated here on the record today. What would you say if I made a statement that some of the things you have relayed here today are contrary to maybe what the person...
Objection. Improper impeachment.
Mr. Yohn, I'll sustain the objection. You may rephrase the question, ask it in a different way.
If I stated that the declarant or victim, as some call her claims were...
Objection.
No, we all call her the victim. I don't know why you want to call her the declarant. Everyone calls her the victim because she was a victim of a crime. Yeah, Ms. Keck is really fast with her objections because they hate him. They hate him with a passion. And when this case is over, you will hate him as much as they do. I would say the state has kept the testimony short and to the point. Yeah, I like them. They can roll right over him because he doesn't understand the procedure. So they have been leading the shit out of some of the witnesses. But hey, it's legal until someone says objection. The declarant is a legalese term when talking about hearsay. The declarant is the person saying the statement. Yeah, but he is always calling her the declarant, no matter how it's not in the declarant of this statement. That's not how he phrases it. It's the declarant or the victim. She is the victim.
Improper impeachment.
Sustain the objection. Mr. Yohn, you may ask the question in a different way.
If they would you bring back up exhibit, I believe it is.
You will.
The living room with the chair. Apologize. Right there, yes, sir. In that exhibit 41, you see the chair, obviously. You stated that when you entered, the female CL was sitting with her legs displayed to the side. Could you give us some reference as to what side maybe her legs were displayed to? How she was sitting, where her legs were directed at? What?
Yeah, I guess I can't say which way her legs are pointed, but her legs were, both legs were off to one side of her body, sitting on the floor.
Most likely probably over towards the kitchen area since there's
I don't know.
an ottoman and whatnot here.
I don't know.
Threats of violence to take the car. You stated she said there was threats of violence.
The guy on the stand is a police officer, the first responder. I don't know. Are you talking about the defendant? The defendant is a drug addict who was found with the woman's jewelry, rosary, voter card, handbag, gold watch, and his shoe print is found at the scene. But he might not have done it. It's because they are showing the overheads or the... So, yeah. Yes, and yes.
Violence. Did she say anything about a weapon?
I don't remember.
And the white male, he was scruffy looking with a scruffy beard.
Yes.
Or scruffy facial hair.
Was he a nerve herder?
You also stated that he began rubbing her crotch and this is what she's relayed to you. He began rubbing her crotch and then proceeded to take all of her jewelry, her cell phone, I believe it was glasses, specifically rings, necklaces, maybe, jewelry.
Specifically, maybe.
He,
I love
Can you
this
ask the
idiot.
question again?
you stated that after rubbing her crotch, he proceeded to take her jewelry, glasses, phone, whatnot. True?
Yeah, I said that she told me he took jewelry and a cell phone. That's what I said.
And you say she appeared to be in shock and disbelief.
Yes.
Obviously, I mean, I would think anybody would be. And upon entering the residence, who else was there at the time?
Besides officers?
Yes.
Initially, it was just me and Christina and Deputy Bowden.
And Mr. Schmidt wasn't there?
Family members started coming later. I don't remember which family members were there.
But it was just you, Christine, and Deputy Bowden in the beginning, correct?
And again, he can't remember that but the prosecution forgets it too, that they are supposed to call her CL, not Christine.
Yeah, I'm the first responder, so we responded with the initial ones on scene.
Yes, thank you. Christine, Bowden, and Deputy Lohmeyer were the only ones in the house. Thank you. She stated that it was a shorter black female
Yes.
that was alleged to be with the defendant myself. Did she give any descriptions as to what the shorter black female looked like? Her hair, skin?
She said shorter black female. That was the end of it with me.
And approximately how long were you there, would you say?
It's just something that you normally don't do. Why? Ask Jemima. I don't know. I find it weird.
I don't remember.
She couldn't give a rough estimate, hour, half an hour?
I don't remember.
And you just relayed a moment ago that other family members started arriving, correct?
Yes.
And briefly, if you remember how many, maybe female, male?
I don't remember.
You said you've been working in force for approximately 18 years.
Yes.
It's a long time. Do you have record by any chance of the approximate time you arrived there?
It will be on my dispatch ticket.
Would approximately 6:30?
If that's on the dispatch ticket, is about that time.
And you, when officers arrive at a scene, they normally use their radio and acknowledge to dispatch that they have arrived, correct?
If the radios work,
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Any other measures that you took upon arriving other than just speaking to Loman?
yeah.
Well, day one, you hear from the husband who found her, and she said that she had been violated in all three holes, and she had had a can stopped up her behind, and she was sprayed with carpet cleaner in her mouth and her face. Horrible, horrible, horrible testimony. And there was the lady who did the sexual assault kit, who told that she couldn't assess much of the injuries because she didn't want it to be examined because she was ashamed. And then we had a doctor who said, because this idiot asked her a question, and then she said, no, she's been penetrated by a penis, your penis. So it's not going well for our village idiot.
Really, my role was to contact the investigators and bring them in on it too. So that's what I did. That was my action. And then we continued looking for a vehicle is what I did after that.
Secured the scene, obviously, or looked around the scene, maybe?
Could you ask me the question again? I'm not
I
sure.
apologize. Did you secure the scene? The home or the area around?
As much as possible with two people.
To the best of your recollection, obviously other officers work with you. To the best of your
This
recollection,
is 2 years ago.
could you state the other officers that had arrived after you?
Oh.
I think it was the can for the carpet cleaner.
Officer, let's see, Investigator Miller, Sergeant McMahon, Investigator Summers. There might have been others. That might be on the dispatch ticket as well.
And there's an important figure I'd like to inquire about. That would be the sheriff at the time, Sheriff Wagner. Was he there on the scene?
Yes.
And approximately, best of your recollection, how long after you arrived did he arrive? Or was it before?
No, he arrived fairly quickly after I arrived. I don't remember how many minutes.
All right. Were you at the scene when officers helped CL up off the floor?
I don't remember.
But she stayed on the floor until?
I don't remember.
Upon your arrival, what was CL wearing?
I don't remember.
Was she wearing clothes?
Yes.
She was fully clothed?
I would say that, I didn't see bra or underwear. So as far as I was concerned, she was clothed.
She was clothed. She had pants. And
I don't know what she was wearing. I didn't see bras or underwear.
bottoms or tops, though. She had bottoms, like, for example.
I don't remember if she was wearing a dress, pants. I don't remember.
But you did say she was clothed.
She had some type of clothing on.
Thank you. Did you observe any blood when you arrived?
I didn't.
Thank you. And I want to ask you a very specific question. I don't know if I'll be objected to, but in your professional opinion, based on your history as a law officer, when one bleeds, it doesn't just stop and then start up at a later time again if you are just sitting in one spot. For example, Mr. Jones and Ms. Keck have nothing to do with this question. Mr. Lohmeyer, I did respect it if you.
Objection, Your Honor, for opinion.
Sustained. Ask the witness questions, Mr. Yohn.
Your Honor, if I may approach the bench, please.
You may not. If you need him to look at something, you can give it to the bailiff.
No, I'd like to have it in.
I'm sorry?
I'd like to speak to the judge privately,
Do you need a discussion outside the hearing of the jury?
if possible.
Okay, we will take a brief recess for the jury to.
If you're bleeding, will you stop bleeding and then start bleeding again? She's also wearing a diaper. So it could be why not all the blood is on the floor. I think he wants to allude that the crime scene was cleaned up or something like that. He's cray-cray. Yeah, well, how do they? This is why Jamie needed to be here, because she's medically trained. She could tell me how bleeding works.
Name on the record, and Mr. Yohn, you wanted to address an issue?
Your Honor,
outside the hearing of the jury.
Yes, Your Honor, I would have rather approached the bench. It would have been very brief.
Mr. Yohn, I discussed during pretrials, neither side is going to leave from behind their tables or approach any witness. If there's an exhibit to go to a witness, it's to be handed to the bailiff. He will take it to the witness and then return it.
Your Honor, my issue and my objection is several times throughout these witness testimonies thus far, witnesses have looked directly over at state
No, this is a 2-year-old case. We're rewatching it.
attorneys for guidance. Mr. Lohmeyer just did a moment ago. I'm the defendant, pro se litigant here asking the question. I don't
Look at the
believe
faces
that
of
if I
the
ask a question that's pertinent to this
prosecution
defense in this trial, that a witness need to look over at the state's attorney for direction. And it's happened several times, and it's uncalled for, Your Honor. That's all I have.
All right.
When I would ask that a solution be put in place. It's happened several times.
Mr. Yohn, have you noticed either of the assistant state's attorneys giving an answer to the witness?
I tried to look and catch it this time, but no, I have not, Your Honor.
Okay, neither has the court. And so where the witness looks while answering questions, I cannot control. But unless the assistant state's attorneys are indicating some kind of answer that they should be giving, there's no reason to basically uphold your objection. So if the witness wants to look at you, look at the state, look at the judge, look at the ceiling, they're going to look where they're going to look, okay?
Yes,
But
sir.
until it's shown that the assistant state's attorneys are somehow indicating.
Yeah, he's trying to impeach the witness, but he doesn't know how to impeach a witness, and he tries to impeach the witness with statement made from others without laying foundation. So he's just wrong.
What the answer should be given by that witness.
Hey, Rona.
Again, there's no control over where the witness is looking.
Yes, sir.
Anything else before we bring the
No.
jury back?
No, thank you.
We're gonna have the jury brought back in.
I love this case. Don't look at the prosecution. It's not like in Karen Reed where you could clearly see they were communicating.
Proceeding with this cross-examination of this witness. Mr. Yohn, further questions?
Yes, sir, I still do. Deputy Lohmeyer, you stated you don't remember how long you were there or when you left the scene. Other than securing the scene, looking for suspects, making sure they were nowhere around, they were not a potential threat, you proceeded no further, correct?
Can you ask me?
I'll ask it again, I apologize. Other than speaking to CL at the scene initially, securing the scene, as you and other officers did, you stated, and looking for suspects. You say you went and looked for suspects, correct?
Yes.
And where did you look for suspects then?
Really, at this point, I think every officer was looking for a stolen vehicle. So I was doing that as well. And we were looking for a stolen vehicle with a suspect that had reportedly raped a woman. So really, every officer is kind of looking for that vehicle.
Do you remember in what direction you went?
You know, I worked the county, so I traveled a lot of the county. I stuck typically closer to Quincy, but I don't remember exactly where I went.
And 18 years. It's a lot of time, takes a toll on one's memory. You pointed out some very specific details here today as far as
But it's not 18 years since this case happened, and he wrote a report that he probably read before he came to court. Now he's going to impeach him with, do you have false memory syndrome? I hear that's common among cops.
the claims placed forth by CL or what she relayed to you. But you don't remember whether she was wearing clothes or what she was wearing, approximately what she was wearing.
Yeah.
You just know that she had clothes on. You don't remember the deputies fully. You remember some of them. I'll ask one more question in concern of the deputies arriving after you. Kelsey Miller, you stated that she arrived not too long after you arrived.
Yes.
Could you give an idea of the time?
I couldn't.
10 minutes, 3 minutes, half an hour, 20 minutes?
All I can say is within the hour, probably.
Within the hour. Appreciate it. And when you arrived, I believe I already touched base on this, but when you arrived, it was just you, Christine, and Deputy Bowden, correct?
As far as I knew. Okay.
All right. Mr. Keck, any further questions?
Thank you, Your Honor. Sergeant Lohmeyer, it seemed like where you remember that somebody else made.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I remember that the husband was there.
And was that Tim Schmidt?
Tim.
You know it was him.
I knew him as Tim.
No other questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Any further cross, Mr. Yohn?
No, sir.
All right, you may step down. Thank you.
Your Honor, we'd ask that Sergeant Lohmeyer be released from his subpoena, please.
Hearing no objection, we will release Sergeant Lohmeyer from his witness subpoena. Do you have a further witness?
Your Honor, the people would call David Joseph.
All right, we have that witness. David Joseph.
Oh, and he has some theory that
All right.
the police chief is helping
Let's go close to the microphone in front of you so
family.
everybody will be able to hear your answers to the questions. So, Ms. Jack, when you're ready with your questions.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, can you tell us your name, please?
David Joseph.
I'm gonna have you pull that microphone a little bit closer to you. Can you tell us your name, please?
David Joseph.
Mr. Joseph, you live in Hannibal, Missouri, is that correct?
Correct.
On November 9th, 2021, where were you working?
At Phillips 66 gas station.
In Hannibal?
Yes.
On that particular evening, did two individuals show up to the gas station?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor.
Your basis?
I'm sure a lot of individuals showed up to the gas station.
He said two individuals. He didn't say, did this individual show up at the gas station?
Okay, overruled. Laying the foundation.
Specifically, those individuals showed up in a white Toyota Avalon, is that correct?
Correct.
Also on that particular evening, was there video surveillance at the gas station?
Yes.
Was there specifically video surveillance around 8 o'clock in the evening that showed what was going on at the gas station?
Yes.
And that surveillance video captures the outside of the gas station, correct?
Yes.
It also captured.
Yes, it's well, it happens a lot, especially in murder cases. If the defendant is giving the family some grief, there was a case. How long ago was it, where the mom of the victim, when the defendant, who was really, I think he claimed that a 12-year-old had come on to him, and that's why he had to smack her. The mom got up and just pewed her in the middle of the courtroom. So it happens. Not a lot, but it does happen.
The front door as people come into the gas station, and then there's a video surveillance camera that captures kind of backside of the gas station where there's some video gambling machines. Is that right?
Right.
Mr. Joseph, I'm holding up an envelope in Smart People's Exhibit. Have you seen this before?
Yes.
And in fact, did Mr. Self show you this this exhibit before court today?
Yes.
In People's Exhibit 18, is that the video surveillance from that night of November 9th, 2021?
Yes.
And did that video accurately capture what you saw that night of November 9th, 2021, about 8 o'clock, a little after 8 o'clock in the evening?
It did.
Your Honor, I'd ask that People's Exhibit 18 be admitted and published for the jury.
Any objection?
Yes, I do object if they're not going to play it, Your Honor.
They are going to play.
Sir?
So is there an objection?
No.
Oh. Did they do opening statements? No, they did the opening statement. Well, the prosecution was boring. They just said how horrible, mistreated this old lady was. Bradley Yohn, opening statement. When I'm done with this show, you must go watch Bradley Yohn's opening statements. He goes from hillbilly to Shakespearean to hillbilly to just kind of whistle out. And it's the best opening statements anyone has ever given in any case. You must watch his opening statements. My Friday, they are in my Friday stream. Oh, no. It's not, well, don't listen to the prosecution. It's horrible. But him, it's amazing. I don't know why all of these streams get partially demonetized. Maybe because it is a horrible case.
Okay. So People's Exhibit 18 will be admitted without objection and may be published to the jury.
Mr. Joseph, we're first going to show the front, the camera pointing towards the actual gas station pumps, okay? Before we play it, up here in the right-hand corner, according, it says 11-09-2021, 08:08:55 p.m. Is that an accurate time?
Is he in Illinois?
8:08 and 55 seconds p.m. Is that accurate for what had occurred and what you personally observed?
Yes.
And before we play this, real quick, right here in front of the pumps, we see a street. Tell us what street that is.
I think that's Mark Twain Avenue.
In Hannibal.
Mhm.
And if we could go ahead and play that. And Mr. Joseph, we see a white car that's just pulled up to the pumps. Is that the white car we're talking about?
Yes.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi, guys. Hey, Baker.
How is your laborer manure today?
It's doing great.
This case is about sexual assault of a 77-year-old lady who later died, but not directly related to the injuries. This guy is a pro se defendant, and he's an lunatic. He's absolutely insane. This is why it's fun. People say, "Oh, you have to be serious about this." I don't think we laughed as much as we did yesterday in any other stream because he's just stupid. He was talking about her vajayjay and called it the labia manure because he can't read the medical reports.
It's
So-
not even about hers. It's just in general. He's like, I don't have a vagina, so can you describe to me what a vaginal cavity is? Like,
No, I don't have a vagina. I am human, though.
yeah, I'm human, but I
Yeah.
clearly don't have a vagina. Can you tell me what a vaginal cavity is? Like, who says that? I don't know. So stupid. I can't with this guy. And the
Today,
labial maneuver is that what?
You missed the idiot cousin today.
I was working. I
Oh,
laughed at it because I love when the judges let him go, and then at the end is like, "Can you read what that sign says on the outside of the door? Was it there yesterday?" Okay.
oh, yeah. He was describing penetration of the anal cavity with a cup and a pen cap to say that
Yeah.
there's difference between the sizes of number 1 and number 2. That
I
was,
was like, thank God he showed us this, demonstration because who's gonna know? It's
She
just some
said she-
his dirty coffee cups he had on his desk. That's what he uses. Ugh.
she said she had been penetrated with a penis. Your penis.
Oh my God. She got him. That was great.
Look at Iris. She's really. This is when she hasn't been drinking all weekend. Then she can mod a bit. I'm a person, so I don't have a vagina. Yeah, that's what.
He's so stupid. He thinks he's getting framed, guys. This is the whole thing. That this family just wanted to frame him. For what, though?
Oh.
Oh my God.
I've forgotten how good this case is.
So stupid. Yeah, exactly, anime. He had some words at his sentencing, I remember, so
Yeah, that's going to be shown as well.
yeah.
This is so dumb.
I like that he objected to that thing and he said, a lot of people come to the gas station. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. So
You've been on the force for 18 years. That must be hard on the memory.
Okay.
No.
And he's been so mistreated in the jail. Oh my God.
Is that an Audi TT down here?
You saying Audi?
Audi.
I have no idea.
None yet. No spoilers. We'll watch the entire trial, and we will be hanging tough doing verdict watch. those 17 minutes will be taxing.
Oh yeah. So quick. Like, so guilty.
Yeah, but I think it's an Audi TT. It just look weird because of the camera's angle. Yanks.
I don't know that much about cars. I have no idea. What does that mean?
Who's the pink shirt? That's his female accomplice who got 40 years in prison. Yeah, Jamie says Audi weird.
Audi. Yeah.
Audi.
Aldi. That's what
Ow.
it says.
As we were watching that, we were seeing individuals get out of that car and go inside the gas station. Is that correct?
Yes.
As we discussed, there's also a camera that catches that front door.
Correct.
And what we have here on the screen is this, the angle of the camera that shows that front door where you saw the individuals going in and out.
Yes.
If we can play that video now, please.
Boom, boom, boom. Why are you asking Jamie what that is? She has an innie. She's not human and knows nothing about an Audi. Anime, yes. Pink shirt is moving around a lot. Yeah. She's probably high as F.
Well, yeah, they just assaulted a old lady. A bunch of jerks.
No, she's part of it. She didn't try and run away because she's part of it.
Well, according to him, she was the mastermind. And she forced him to do all these things.
Shh. No spoilers, Jamie.
No, he said that. I thought they said that. Like,
Mr. Joseph, you also indicated.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd have to object real quick. I'd like to know what the full edition of that video is. That's not the full edition of what was just played. That's clipped to shorten that extremely, well, enough. As you saw, the male suspect, myself, come right in the door and right back out. That's not the actual video, Your Honor.
Mr. Yohn, I don't understand your objection.
Your Honor, I object to that video being clipped and cut, as a lot of things have been clipped and cut in this case. I have the video right here. I will find it, Your Honor, and I can surely approach and show it to you.
All right, so I'm going to overrule your objection. If you want to play a full video for the jury to watch, the state is simply showing and asking this witness about what they believe is important in the video. If you have it available, you can use that in cross-examination or as you see fit.
Yes, sir.
No objections, overruled. Ms. Keck, you may continue.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Joseph, you indicated there's also a camera.
you want them to see you in there longer?
These video machines over here, is that right?
Right.
That we're seeing on the screen. And we see here, we see an individual here that's wearing a black hoodie and gray pants.
Right.
Tell us who that is.
That's me.
And part of your job, right, is just to kind of walk around and check on people,
Is
right?
it video poker?
And we see that
Or
you're
is
going
it,
over here to this
one-arm
individual that's got
bandits?
something strapped over his shoulder. That's the same individual, male individual that we just saw coming in and out of those front doors.
Yes, ma'am.
And was that the same male individual that you saw coming in and out of that white car?
Correct.
Sean Live, of course not. It's not proven that it's him just because he said that it was him. Come on now. And they were driving the victim's car. You are almost trying to make it seem like he's an idiot. He's not. He is actually acting as a lawyer, which would be the same as have gone to law school, because you have to go to law school to be a lawyer. And again, him, Daryl Brooks, will be heading up Lawyers Prison United.
When you went over to that individual, did you have any conversation with him?
Briefly.
Was that because of something you saw?
Yeah, it was a Ziploc bag of money.
And did that concern you seeing the Ziploc bag of money?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of money.
In fact, were you worried about the man that something could happen to him?
Yeah, like if he was in like where I grew up at, like, hey, you could have a problem if somebody saw you with that, you know?
And was that a Ziploc bag of money that he had out of that purse?
Yes.
Mr. Jones, we can play that video.
Is he wearing her? No, it's his jacket.
It looked like he had her purse slapped.
I love these crackheads. They just went out and stole a bunch of money. The first thing they do is go and gamble it away on machines where the house has all the favors for them.
That is
That's
crazy.
that's
That's
so
what you're
stupid.
gonna go do.
You steal the money, you buy the drugs. You don't waste it on video poker. Come on now, Jamie. These are
Yeah.
basic
Or-
street pharmaceutical rules.
Or you just keep it for whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Mr. Joseph, that male that you can see that we were just talking about that you talked to over at that video machine with the big white cash in the back, describe him for you. It's kind of hard to see how he looked. Can you describe him for the jury?
I know he had a hat on. He had a red beard.
Was he white or black?
He's a white guy.
Mr. Joseph, I'm going to have the security officer here hand you what we marked as People's Exhibit 76. Is that a screenshot of the video that one of the videos that we saw, the second video Mr. Jones played of that white male with the red beard coming into the gas station?
This is him.
And you see also on that picture the purse that he had over his shoulder. Is that correct?
Correct.
We can put that up on. Your Honor, I guess that People's Exhibit 76.
Your
be
cousin,
admitted
as you
upon
said,
jury
is an
list.
idiot.
Any objection, Mr. Young?
No objection.
All right, People's Exhibit 76 is admitted without objection, may be published for the jury.
And it's a little pixelated in here, but you can see on here, you can see, as you described it, the white male, the red beard, and the satchel over his shoulder. Is that correct?
Correct.
And is that how he looked that night on November 9th, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he wearing her purse?
That's what it looks like. Yeah. He's wearing it over his shoulder.
Jamie, up until now, I thought he was quite intelligent, but
Did you? Did you really?
yeah.
He seems like a rock solid guy, yeah.
No, in Del Brooks School of Law, you are cum magnet.
Was he also that night wearing, what we see here, these white shoes?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no other questions.
Mr. Young, any cross-examination?
Yes, I do. You stated yes in reference to showing up in a white Toyota Avalon, true?
Yes.
You didn't go out in the parking lot and observe the decals on that car, did you? Or
No.
You obviously can't see the lettering from the camera, correct?
Correct.
No, it was the car. You're obviously here to testify to what you observed at a convenience store, true?
True.
I want to ask you a question concerning these matters. Do you know anything, any facts or anything about the case in reference what it is about?
No, other than what I saw.
And that's the case there?
I don't know.
You don't know what the case pertains to?
Other than what I saw at the gas station.
There's a crime that was supposed to have taken place before this. You don't know what that is.
Objection, asked and answered.
I'll overrule the objection. He may answer if he knows.
Explain that again. Say it again.
You wouldn't know anything about why we were here today, the charges that we're here today.
No, other than what happened at the gas station.
So you were on video, obviously, several different times, all these clips, and you were also on an officer's video.
Objection. Assumes facts, not in evidence.
All right, so we need to stick with what's in evidence at this point, Mr. Young, so I will sustain that objection.
Yes, sir. You're not.
This is a couple of days. I think 2-3 days.
Yeah, it doesn't
Lying,
take
are
very
you?
long.
Objection.
Sustained.
Did he say he was lying? Sorry, I was.
Go
Point,
back.
Mr. Yohn, so I will sustain that objection.
Yes, sir. You're not lying, are you?
Objection.
Oh,
Sustained.
The witness knows what we're here on today.
Objection, Your Honor.
I will sustain. Mr. Yohn, you're to ask the witness questions. That's what cross-examination involves.
Do you remember approximately what time that was?
I just know it was nighttime.
You do not know. And you state you saw a Ziploc bag of money, correct?
Bag of money, yes.
A bag of money, or was it a Ziploc bag?
Plastic bag,
It was a plastic bag.
I believe so.
Anywhere on that video, can we play the video again, please? The video of the entrance into the gas station.
The one where he's going in and out.
Yes, the one where the suspect, alleged suspect, myself, is going in and out.
This one,
alleged suspect.
Idiot, you just confirmed that it is you. Jamie,
He's an alleged suspect. I love
he's
it.
an alleged suspect, but it is him on the video.
Yeah, but it's just funny how he likes to try to word that like it's going to matter at all.
Yes.
This is a guy who worked at a gas station,
Where they went in and
played video poker
Like-
or whatever.
played video poker after the incident. He likes to show these things, but what is helping you in any of this?
You can cut that off. And if you would, go to the gambling machine video.
Your Honor, does the court want me to stop the video at this point?
Mr. Young's requesting you to do, if you would do so to assist him, please.
You just reviewed that video again, correct?
Correct.
And did you see a plastic bag in that video?
No.
Bag? No. In reference to the first video, the defendant entering the gas station, you were behind the desk, correct?
Correct.
And the defendant obviously went directly to the left. This video that you just were showing, the actual happening, the actual real time, the defendant was in there a lot longer than that, true?
True.
You approached the defendant or the area that the defendant was in after entering the gas station, true?
True.
And you did not see a plastic bag or a Ziploc bag full of money in either of them.
Not immediately.
When did you see it? Because
As after he was there and he pulled it out of the bag that he had around his person.
so we're directly on camera.
Mhm.
You just stated you saw no plastic bag full of money. I need a direct answer.
Jamie, do you have any bags that you can?
He's so
I have like one of those sling bags to take around my body. I can close it and have stuff inside of it so you can't see it. Do Americans have the same system where bags are not open, where you can see everything that's in the bag? or is it just a European thing?
I mean, I don't
Because-
carry a purse or anything, but that thing that I had when we were over in Denmark, like, yeah, close it
Yeah.
up.
It seems like he thinks that you have to have seen it inside of the purse for it to be
No.
real. It's not like
But he said he saw him
bag.
pull it out.
Do you
So
want me
when he was
to
standing there,
whip it out.
no, but he said, but it wasn't on camera, was it? It's like, not everything.
No, he
is
said
on
the one that
camera.
was on camera the entire time. No,
No.
Your Honor, he just answered the question.
Thank you.
Objection, I'll sustain the objection. And follow up with questions, Mr. Young.
And I'm not going to go into your criminal history. It's not extensive.
Objection.
What?
yeah, he's gonna go into his criminal
Honor,
history.
There isn't. Mr. Joseph does not have any criminal history.
I will be sustaining the objection.
Who's laughing? The judge or
Beg to differ.
And Mr. Yan, if you have evidence of such, then you'll need to attempt to impeach this witness with such. But I will direct the jury to disregard your follow-up statement as it is not evidence.
Your Honor, I'm not going to take the time to waste the jurors' time at this moment. I did receive such
Objection, Your Honor.
Again, Mr.
You are
Yan,
right
if you
now.
have the evidence to impeach the witness, then you are given time and the.
I do not wish to impeach him, Your Honor. I wish to ask him a question in reference to criminals. You've seen criminals in your lifetime, correct?
sorry.
I believe so.
Yeah. You said where you live, your common knowledge, you know, city, you know, Georgia, Atlanta. You've seen criminals in your lifetime. You saw two suspects in them videos. Two suspects enter that jail, or excuse me, I apologize, enter that gas station. The first one, she was wearing a pink hoodie. A pink hoodie. How did she appear?
I guess pretty normal.
She appeared normal? She didn't appear rambunctious or maybe even high.
No, she did seem, how to put it, uneasy towards the end of the video. She was anxious.
And the other person who you see on your screen right now in a pause spot, he is holding cash in his hand. He was carefree. He was normal.
He was
You saw him
carefree.
in the video.
I don't talking about as from my point of view.
Yes.
I guess.
Yes. All right.
He just seemed carefree.
Your Honor, I have no more questions for this man here.
You redirect.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, if you could put on the screen what a screenshot that we have pulled from the second video, I believe that's what Mr. Yohn was just referring to. In this video, when you pause it, right at this point that we have on the screen, you actually do see, as Mr. Yohn noted, the individual pulling something out of the purse that appears to be cash in a bag, correct?
Correct.
And when you were over at those video poker machines with that white male with the red beard, you also could see him pulling something out of his purse that you can't see in the video because his back is to the video, correct?
Right.
Thank you, sir. No other questions.
Any further cross, Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor. If you'll play the video of the gambling machines again, please.
Now he
Why?
has him. Because he has a criminal record, Jamie.
I'm not going to get into it though. I love that he had to
Can you
say
pause
that.
right there for a moment?
So stupid.
Well,
What is defendant doing at that machine?
Putting money into the dollar bill slot.
Putting money into the bill slot, correct? And he walked directly in, obviously, and went straight to the machine, true?
Yes.
And he directly proceeded to put money in.
Right.
Okay.
You cannot see his other hand. You know that he had a bag on him, correct?
Correct.
Correct to both questions? I apologize.
What was the first part of that question?
You cannot see his other hand.
Right.
And you know that he had a bag on him.
Right.
That bag was not clear, nor was it Ziploc.
Right.
And he's directly at the machine putting cash in.
Mhm.
So that could be cash from just a bag or potentially a pocket, even true?
No, the person pulled it out of the bag.
You're standing to the right. The camera comes from the right.
It's just the part of the video probably before he pulled it out of the bag.
And it's not a Ziploc bag or a clear plastic bag, is it?
I believe it was a plastic bag that he pulled out of the brown or gold bag.
Thank you.
I love that when he doesn't agree with him, he just cuts him off. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, he had a woman purse because the idiot is dumb enough to bring the victim's purse with him and carry it on camera.
Yeah.
That's it, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Can this witness be discharged?
Yes, Your Honor, that would be our request.
All right, so you are reset. All right, so court will be in recess for that 9-minute break. Anyone leaving the facilities?
Yikes.
I've been disclosed to I'm entitled to pertinent information to witness intend to testify to. I've been disclosed discovery statements. However, I received none from Keith Kinney. I have that portion of the documents right here. So I have nothing from that discovery. I'm entitled to pertinent information to intend to testify to. I've been disclosed discovery statements. However, I received none from Keith Kinney. I have that portion of the documents right here. So I have nothing from Keith Kinney. That would be a Brady violation.
That would be a Brady violation.
Jones, Ms. Keck, can you respond to the objection?
Your Honor, Mr. Kinney was part of the U.S. Marshal case. The U.S. defendant did not provide a report. It's not required to provide a report. We did provide a report from the marshal that we had arrested. That marshal was not available to testify. Mr. Kinney did. You're calling Mr. Kinney for his observations of the arrest he was part of. He's going to testify based on his observations, not on anything else other than his observations. Again, he does not have to write a report. He's not required to write a report. And if he doesn't write a report, there's nothing for us to tender to the defendant. And there is no Brady violation. We've gone through this once before with this defendant at the first trial, and of course, we've dealt with this before. So he's raising this again. It's been addressed by the court already, and we've explained to Mr. Yohn that there is no report for us to tender, and this court has been made aware of that as well. Thank you.
Mr. Young, overruling your objection, the state has explained rather than being able to report from Keith Kinney. You will have right process him. Keith Kinney here after the state has conducted a direct examination.
So he was asking for a U.S. Marshal's report because that U.S. Marshal had a report apparently, but that U.S. Marshal is not testifying. It's some other U.S. Marshal that's testifying, and they had brought it up before. That was what I could hear. It has the best audio of every courtroom when they are crinkling bags, but not when we are listening to Sidebar.
Keith Kinney,
Mr. Kinney, what do you do for a living?
I'm now retired. I was in the Department of Corrections for 31 years and 10 months. The last 10 years of that being assigned to the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force.
As a member of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force, what were your responsibilities?
Apprehending fugitives with warrants.
And you said you did that for approximately 10 years?
Yes, sir.
Were you working for the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force in November of 2021?
Yes, sir.
And in November, specifically November 9th and 10th of 2021, was there a...
I think they've switched the audio to the camera's audio, and he's banging on it constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not the witness. It's the operator of the camera who has switched to the wrong mic settings, so he doesn't get the court feed. Court has been perfect every other witness, but this, and you can hear the constant. It sounds like it's the camera's mic that he's picking up on the wrong one.
specific person that you were looking for?
Yes, sir.
Who was that person?
Bradley Yohn, city.
At that point, you just had a name, Bradley Yohn,
Yes, I didn't know him other than the name.
and you've already identified him as Bradley Yohn that was eventually taken into custody. Is that the same person who's sitting here in court?
Correct.
Your Honor, we'd ask the record that the witnesses identified the defendant.
I will so reflect.
On November 10th, 2021, did you receive information about where the defendant might have been located?
We received information that he was from the Springfield area. The guys on the task force from Quincy were working this side of the state. So my team and myself decided to stay in Springfield and work some implode there.
At some point, was there an address that was associated with the defendant that you learned that the defendant was either at that address or might be at that address?
That is correct.
And that address was 1906 East Cornell Street, Springfield. Is that right?
That's correct.
You went to that address to attempt to apprehend the defendant?
I
When
myself,
I say you and other members of the U.S.
yes, correct.
And was the defendant, in fact, apprehended at that location?
Yes, he was in the backyard.
Did you do glass water or anything?
Yes.
Hey, idiot Vin. That's a mean name.
Thank you. When you arrived at that location, was the defendant already in handcuffs?
He was. He was prone down on the ground in handcuffs.
When you say prone, lying on the ground?
Mine, yes, on his stomach on the ground.
When he was lying on the ground in handcuffs, did you notice anything about him, anything that he was wearing or had on him?
He had a purse that was wrapped, the strap was wrapped over the shoulder, and then when the handcuffs were, I did not handcuff him, but when I walked around there, he was laying there, the purse was through the handcuffs. So
Did you cut that purse off of him?
I did. I pulled my,
Chrissy, the previous trial, I think he's talking about pre-trial proceedings because they were contentious as well.
pocket knife out and I cut the purse off.
That purse, it appeared to be a brown or gold color purse.
Yeah, beigeish brown, I would call it.
And did you look at the items that were in that purse as well?
I did.
Your Honor, if I could have Mr. Keck pull up People's Exhibit 59 on the screen. It's already been introduced. Up on the screen is now People's Exhibit 59. On the upper left-hand corner, you see a beigeish brown, what people call a gold purse. Is that correct, sir?
Correct.
Is that the purse that off of the defendant?
That is.
And these items on the right,
She pled
set of
guilty.
keys, American Military Flight, a payable to the order of Tina, and a voter ID card for Christina F. Loman at 4300 North Bottom Road. All those items were in that purse. Is that right?
That's correct.
The purse that was on the defendant's shoulder.
Yes, sir.
All of this audio is not my doing. It's the recording.
Up now on the screen is People's 62, photograph of that same purse looking down into that purse. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And on the right side of the purse, you see a strap that's been cut. You cut that strap. Is that right?
And that did cut that.
And inside that purse is a and also inside did he also have some other property on him?
Women's, I think it'd be women's jewelry and.
Well, that
So
woke me up.
he was handcuffed, but he hadn't been patted for weapons yet. So I was the second guy closest to him, so I began the pat search.
And when you patted him down, did you find some things in his pockets as well?
I did.
And we'll, just 1 second. So what I'm going to have Ms. Keck do is now pull up People's Exhibit 57. And up on the screen is People's Exhibit 57. You told us that when you arrested the defendant, when the defendant was arrested, he had what you believe to be some women's jewelry on his person.
Correct.
This watch and this chain, is that what you're referring to?
Yes, sir.
You also said you patted him down, you found some property in his pocket. Is that right?
That's correct.
In his pocket, People's Exhibit 60, is this some of the items that you found?
Yes,
And specifically in the middle of that picture, is there a silver and white rosary?
yes.
And on the screen here, People's Exhibit 61, is that same rosary
Yes, that's the same.
found in his pocket?
In his pocket, I pulled it out separately.
I'm going to ask that the bailiff approach the witness to People's Exhibit 64 and 65. Do you recognize the person in both those pictures?
Yes, I do.
Is that a photograph or those photographs of the defendant, his full face, and then a picture of his entire body showing the watch and jewelry and also what he was wearing when he was arrested?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we'd ask that people 64 and 65 be admitted together.
No, Your Honor. Exhibit 64 and 65 are admitted without objection. Should be published.
Here on the screen, we have People's Exhibit 64. Marshall Kinney, retired Marshall, sorry. Marshall Kinney, the photograph that we have on People's 64, is that what the defendant looked like on November 9th, 2021?
He's making Ricada look broad-shouldered.
Again, is that what he looked like after he was arrested?
Yes, sir.
Wearing that watch and that bracelet
He was.
and those white shoes on his feet?
Yes.
Thank you, Marshall. That's all the questions I have.
Thank you.
Cross-examination, Mr. Young.
Retired Marshall Kenny.
Is this the guy with the corpse in the car? I think that's the guy. No, he claims it's his own. Well, her husband said he bought it for her, but he claims it's his.
You did not write a report yourself, did you? Is there a reason you may not have written a report?
It wasn't my case.
You possibly identified myself as defendant here in court. However, have you ever seen him without a beard?
See you without a beard?
Yes.
No.
It was that easy to identify him with loss of hair and no beard.
Yes.
You state that I was apprehended in 1906 East Cornell, and you were obviously doing surveillance, correct?
I was actually at a store called Jamal's, which is a couple blocks away.
Yes, sir.
Gonna keep going.
Yes.
We had information that you had stopped there that day, so I was reviewing video footage with the owner of the store. And during that time, a call came out that you were spotted in the backyard, actually in a camper. At that point, my partner and myself drove over there. Time I got there, you were already in handcuffs on the ground in the backyard.
And you stated that you observed the items in the purse, or you looked through them briefly.
Yes, sir.
Can you state the items for the record again? Just based off your memory?
There was money, there was some checks, I think there's some other jewelry.
You didn't pull them out and take photographs of them.
No, my initial search was to make sure you didn't have any weapons on you.
Would any of your officers, any of the U.S. Marshal surveillance teams that were there that day, would they have taken any pictures?
I don't believe they would have.
You state that you reached in my pockets to pull items out to obviously check to see if I had weapons.
Sir.
And you stated that you pulled a rosary out of my pockets. True?
True.
And what condition was that rosary in?
It seemed intact.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Ordinarily, if a person had a rosary, wouldn't they be wearing it?
Ordinarily, I would think.
And as you said, it was intact. If a person was wearing, or if a person had a rosary that was not intact, probably wouldn't keep it in their immediate possession, just to hold it true, based off just your general.
I would think if it was broke, maybe you keep it in your pocket, but if it was intact, you can wear it around your neck.
Exactly, and it was intact. It appeared to be intact, as you say. Thank you, Your Honor.
I rest.
No, thank you, Your Honor. We would release the marshal from this scene. I appreciate you being here. We do, Your Honor.
I couldn't hear anything.
What do you do for a living, Ms. Field?
I'm retired from the Illinois State Police.
What did you use to do for the Illinois School?
I was a senior master trooper of the Illinois State Police. For the last 11 and a half years, I was a crime scene investigator.
Can you tell me what a crime scene investigator is, what your job is as a crime scene investigator?
Crime scene investigators for the Illinois State Police.
I am not doing spoilers.
We're all sworn troopers. We process crime scenes. We process them throughout the state. We have regions and sections that we do that with. We process for local agencies. We are getting specific training, certifications, and equipment, and we're free to use for the local agencies, state agencies have to use us. And I will process, document, and collect items of evidence from various scenes, being property crimes, such as burglary, or crimes against person, like a battery or a home invasion. In a death investigation, which would be a variety of different things. I'll collect those items. I'll give that back to the agency that's investigating it, or I'll transport it to the labs which is our ISP labs. Again, free, they just have to wait on the results.
Fair to say that some local agencies don't have crime scene investigators.
Correct.
And so the Illinois State Police and you, when you were working there, were there to help support the local agencies who aren't able to have a crime scene investigator because either county board hasn't given them money in their budget for that, or they're not able to do that.
Yes.
In this case, the Adams County Sheriff's Office did not have a crime scene investigator. Is that right? To the best of your knowledge?
Correct.
And they asked the Illinois State Police, and specifically you, to help with the documentation of that crime scene.
Yes.
Is part of that to take photographs of various?
Yes.
And did you take multiple photographs, both at the scene and then later on of a vehicle that was later recovered?
Yes.
Your Honor, if I could have the bailiff approach the witness with People's Exhibits 53, 54, 55, 56, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, and 75. I'm going to ask you to look at all those photographs and tell me when you've had a chance to go through those photographs. Do you recognize those photographs?
Yes.
Are those all photographs that you took at various points in your investigation?
Yes.
Do those photographs accurately show what it is they're intended to show?
Yes.
Your Honor, we'd ask that those exhibits that be introduced into evidence and be referred to through the course of the investigation or the course of the questioning, along with the other exhibits that have previously been.
Yohn, any objection to People's Exhibits 53 through 56?
No objection. No.
Objection to People's Exhibits 68 through 72?
No.
And 75 would be
Ms. Fields, again, People's Exhibit 35 is just a photograph that you took,
Yes.
and it shows basically the entrance into the garage, fair to say?
Yes.
People's 36.
What is she
Can
doing?
you tell us what we're looking at in People's 36?
That is in front of the garage. So the garage in the front of the house is on the east side. The front of it is the east. That is directly east of the garage. And you see
The tire marks?
the tire marks in the, so the tire marks going through the grass, and that, from what I understand, struck the shrub, and then goes out into the drive.
People's 37, the interior of that garage.
Yes,
Is she looking for her
People's
glasses? So
38
why is
would
she?
be the door going from the garage into the house.
yes, sir.
Did you notice damage to that door?
Yes, sir.
And you also noticed shoe prints on that door?
Yes, sir.
we'll come back to the shoe prints in equals 39. Again, the interior door showing that damage.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Damage
laser
on the wall
pointer.
as well.
Yes, sir.
Equals 40. Close up of that damage on the wall.
Yes, sir.
Equals 41. This is the interior of the house.
Yes, sir.
And we see a can and a knife, correct?
Yes, sir.
And both that can and knife were later collected. We'll talk about those in a minute. Next slide, please. Get a close-up of that can is equals 42. Also, a red substance on the floor.
Yes, sir.
Equals 80, a different view of that showing that can at tint marker 5 and at tint marker 6, that red substance stain on the floor.
Yes, sir.
Equals 81 is a close-up shot down view showing, again, that red substance on the floor.
Yes, sir.
Equals 43 on the screen, shows the knife that was recovered at tint marker 4.
Yes, sir.
And again, a close-up of that knife and tint marker.
Yes, sir.
And when we say tint marker, we're talking about this yellow identification. Can you explain why we use tint markers?
So, especially in a large scene, it can get lost. I take hundreds of pictures and I collect a lot of stuff. So, for certain things I'm going to collect, I'll put a tint marker, which I like to use numbers. For other things, I might use letters. So, but then I go through the scene, and as I go through, I try to make the numbers flow. So, as I collect items like tint marker number 1, where there's a pair of pants, I also put that in the definition, the description of on the evidence sticker, so that as I go through, our system, the beast, will number the exhibits a certain way, and I can't help that. The agency is allowed to renumber those exhibits their way, but that tint marker and that description will always be with that item of evidence. So
it's fair to say,
Right.
if an item of evidence goes from you to the agency to the lab, if it's analyzed at the lab too, each one of those things may have a different agency number associated.
exhibit number.
Exhibit number.
Yes, sir.
And the tint marker is there to help us keep track of where everything is.
Yes, sir.
Equals 45 again is that can at tint marker 5.
Yes, sir.
Equals 46 is a close-up of that same can that was recovered.
They only had iPhones. You can't take photos with iPhones.
That's what
Come
we're
on
looking
now.
at, equals exhibit 47.
Tint marker 8 and tint marker 9. They are both marking footwear impressions on the floor.
So when
It
you
does.
examine the crime scene, you were able to see foot marks in that hole.
Footwear impressions.
Footwear impressions.
Yes, sir.
And you documented those, and we'll see some photos of those later.
Yes, sir.
Equals 48 is a photograph inside a bedroom, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And this documents what you saw when you took that photograph.
Yes, sir.
Equals 49 is in the basement of that house, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And it shows a gray door to a safe.
Yes, sir.
Equals 50. Again, a different view of that same door.
Yes, sir.
And in the course of your investigation, you did something with that door as well, and we'll talk about that. Correct.
Yes, sir.
From People's Exhibit 42 that we now have on the screen, there is a can that is located on that screen, correct?
Yes, sir.
And it was recovered by you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And it was placed in this brown paper evidence bag.
Yes, sir.
You can see on the front of it that it says 1 metal 409 spray can recovered from floor of kitchen living room, correct?
That's not my sticker.
But
The other one's my sticker.
that's just, sorry. 1 metal 409 spray can recovered from floor of kitchen living room marked with tint marker number 5.
Yes.
After you recovered this can, what did you do with it? Where did you send it?
I placed it in that bag, and at the end of processing this scene, all the evidence went back to the agency.
When you processed or when you got that can, were there certain things that you were interested in it being tested for?
Yes, sir.
And tell me what that was.
So due to the nature of this situation, I was advised that particular can was used. So there was a chance for DNA and fingerprints to be taken from that can. So replacing it in paper protects it for DNA and has a shield. So when it went to the lab, I was gonna have the lab decide what would be the best way to process, because if it's processed for latent prints, then that can damage for DNA. So if DNA needs to be done first, it needs to be done, but then they need to know not to damage stuff for fingerprints.
DNA and fingerprints.
Yes, sir.
And when you collected it, are there steps that you take to make sure there's no cross-contamination, things like that?
Yes, sir.
Wear gloves, things like that.
Yes, sir.
And you did that in this case.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we did ask that people consider 3 be introduced to that.
No objection, Your Honor.
People's Exhibit 3 will be introduced without objection.
People's Exhibit 50 is that safe door that we talked about. Can you tell me what you did with regard to the safe door in this investigation?
So the safe door I marked as tick marker 13. I used oblique lighting, which is side lighting at an angle, to look for any obvious fingerprints on that door and around the door. But due to this incident, I was advised that there was a lot of pulling and maybe manipulation of that door, which would have rubbed fingerprints. So I swabbed the handle for touch DNA.
Didn't find any fingerprints.
Correct.
But you swabbed the door for DNA.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what that process is, how you swab a door for DNA.
So I have gloves. Normally, what I normally do whenever I swab for DNA is I'll open up a package, a fresh package of swabs. It looks like large Q-tips. There's 2 in the package. I'll open up the top of it and just expose the Q-tip aspect of that swab. And I'll moisten one of those Q-tip tips with distilled water, and I use fresh distilled water. I just open it for this. I put the drops on there, and I rub both those swabs on that handle. And then I place that the tips of those Q-tips in an envelope. I'll snap them off and seal it up so I've never come in contact with those. And then I place those that in another envelope and seal that up and place.
And I'm holding People's Exhibit 5. That appear to be here the envelope with your sticker on it that says envelope containing swabs, 2 swabs of safe handle marked with tint marker 13.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we'd ask that People's Exhibit 5 to be introduced.
Objection? No. People's Exhibit 5 is admitted. Objection.
I'm not going to put it back up on the screen, but we saw that picture of the blood that was on the floor by that green chair. Do you remember that photograph?
Yes, sir.
Red substance.
Like substance.
Did you also swab that location?
Yes, sir.
And you used the same steps that you just described?
Yes, sir.
And you put it in an envelope, and does that appear to be that envelope?
Yes, sir.
Says envelope containing RBLS, swabs recovered from RBLS, red blood-like substance.
Yes, sir. I'm not allowed to call blood flow.
On the floor of the kitchen and living room, marked with tint marker number 6.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we'd ask that People's Exhibit 79 be admitted into evidence.
Sorry, you got People's Exhibit 79.
79.
Objection. Exhibit 79 is admitted with objection.
During the course of your investigation, did you learn that investigators were looking for a particular car?
Yes, sir.
And that car was eventually found?
Yes, sir.
In Springfield, Illinois?
Yes, sir.
Did you do anything with regard to that car and specifically?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you did with regard to that car.
I'm the one that processed that vehicle. So initially I took photographs of that car. Reference the fingerprints. The exterior of the car, I used a black powder and I dusted for prints on each of the doors, including the trunk.
I want to show you what's been introduced into evidence as People's Exhibit 51. Have that on the screen. And does that appear to be the car that you processed in relationship to this case?
Yes, sir.
A white Toyota Camry, license plate ABS 1006.
Yes, sir.
Toyota Apple. And you shared with us that you processed it the outside of fingerprints.
Yes, sir.
Again, explain that process for me, how you do that.
So specifically for this car, it was locked. So we were going to have to use some manipulations to try to get it. So I wanted to try to get all the evidence from the exterior that I could before we try to do that. So what I did was I used black powder and I actually dust a thin coat of black powder on those areas of the driver's door, the back passenger door, the trunk, the back passenger door, and the front passenger door. In those areas on top and around the top of the hood area of those doors for fingerprints.
You dusted for prints.
Yes,
When you dusted the car for prints, were you able to find some prints?
Yes.
Now, your job is not to analyze those prints or to confirm who those prints belong to or anything. That's the lab job, right?
Correct. I'm
Your
just a
job,
collector.
you find them. And in this case, you found some prints, and if you could pull up People's 54. People's 54 is the driver's side of that white Toyota Avalon that we previously saw with the license plate. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you have your laser pointer? Can you show me where you found prints on this car, on this side?
So on this side, if you see the dark stuff, that is all the black powder. But when I find prints, I like to use a dry erase marker, and on this case it's black, and I will actually mark 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5 is over here, and then I do more photographs because a lot can happen before I'm trying to lift them. So then I'll take analytical photos, which are in its own value evidence.
And did you also find, if you go to the next slide, again, here we see the driver's side door handle, is that right?
That's number 2.
And if you go to the next slide, People's 56, we're looking at the area between the passenger and backseat.
This one is, I think, number 8 in its phone.
And People's,
Oh, correction, that's number 9. Is it 9 or 8? There'll be a number on it, but yeah, that's on the passenger side. There's a palm here and there's some prints here. I had 9 lifts.
and you collected those lifts and processed them for them to be physical. So,
Yes, sir.
I have here in my hand People's Exhibit 13. It's one sealed envelope containing 9 white back parts bearing developed lane prints recovered from the exterior of that vehicle. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's not my sticker. I think mine's on the back.
It's good that we have 10 markers.
With a DVD, with JPEG and raw images.
Do you take photographs of them as well?
Yes, sir.
Counter we have the People's 13 be admitted in that evidence.
Objection? No. 13 is admitted without objection.
When you processed the scene, you also shared with us that you found footprint or foot impressions, shoe impressions, at various locations on the door and in the hall. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me the process of collecting those. How do you collect those?
So the footwear impressions bearing on the substrate that they're made out of, these are dust, and the object that they're on matters on how they're collected. In this particular scene, I again photograph everything analytically, which means if I don't lift those prints, these images are of evidential value that the lab can process those impressions. But I not only took images, but I lifted these using gel lifts. So initially here, I'm just documenting that there's footwear impressions on the store, and there I am, shining again oblique light, the side lighting that just totally enhances those footwear impressions.
And you said you took a gel lift. What's a gel lift?
So a gel lift comes in 2 different colors. They can be either white or black. In this particular scene, I used a black gel lift, which is basically like a rubber-coated, sticky, kind of a rectangular substance, kind of like a rubbery tile. And over the top of that, there's a clear coat cover. You peel off that clear cover, and then you place that gel on the object. It works right through dust. So in this case, I stuck it to the door and smoothed out the air bubbles, left it on there for just a couple of seconds, and then I lifted it off.
You did that with these 2 impressions?
Yes, sir.
And if you do the next slide. And People's 68, that's a close-up of those 2 impressions?
Yes, sir.
And again, this impression as well.
Yes, sir.
You talked about doing it in an analytical way so there's some evidentiary value. Is this one of the photographs that you're talking about showing that it could be used by the lab because it has the scale on it?
I use a scale, and I also use a special lens in my camera, a Mac lens, and there's no distortion with that. So it's not like the 55 that normal people are just taking pictures. It's a 1-for-1 lens. So every image with it is equal as long as it's 90 degrees. And with these circles here, you can tell that it was taken at a 90-degree angle.
You shared with us the gel lift. Is this one of the gel lifts that you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
The black substance that had the sticky substance, and you pull it off the wall. This was it. Looks like tint marker 2. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So it would have been one of the ones from the door.
It was the one next to the handle.
The one next to the handle that we just saw.
Yes, sir.
At the bottom right, it says Reebok, right?
Yes, sir.
Next slide, please. And then tint marker 9 and 8. Tell us about tint marker 9 and 8.
So tint marker 9 and 8 are marking 2 footwear impressions that I was going to lift. And if you look right here, there's a little mark here, and there's one right there, little bitty black mark. And I think there's one right here and one right here. Whenever I'm walking through a scene initially, so I don't destroy any evidence, I'll mark suspected footwear that might be potential evidence. Again, with a dry erase marker, and I'll just put a little mark there so I don't step on that later. So those are documenting footwear impressions I'm getting ready to document.
Again, this would be a close-up of tint marker 8 that we just saw, showing that dust that you talked about for the footwear impression, correct?
And you can see the black marks I put on the floor.
Right, yeah, both sides. Equals W2. Again, this would be tint marker 8, like you see in the upper right-hand corner, and it's the footwear impression that we just saw on the floor, right?
Yes, sir.
But in the gel lift pattern.
Yes, sir. And with the oblique lighting, sometimes the gel lift makes it better.
And on the bottom heel of that shoe, we see the word Reebok again. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's not your job to compare the shoe to anything else.
No, sir.
It's not your job to analyze the impression or anything like that. Your job is just to collect.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you collected, and that's what you did on that day.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have. Oh, I apologize, Your Honor. People's Exhibit 4, you collected, these are the gel prints and the footwear impressions that you collected from the crime scene, correct?
And the DVD where they're all in JPEG images. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we asked the People's Exhibit 4 be introduced.
No objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize. Now I have no question.
Any questions?
Ms. Field, it's that easy. It's that simple, this procedure, correct?
I would not call it easy.
I wouldn't either. What I call it even harder is to find only one footprint.
Objection, Your Honor.
All the
Argument
people in
adjourned.
this home.
Beyond the he's questioning while we address.
Apologize, Your Honor, thank you. These are the only footprints you found in this home.
Mr. Yohn, I've got to address the objection before we go forward, please. So, Mr. Jones, what's the grounds for the objection?
Argumentative, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Apologize, Ms. Field. These are the impressions and the prints you've lifted, correct?
Correct.
No more other than this.
Not correct.
Okay, can you tell us, can you shed some light on the other ones that you may have?
He did not show tint marker 9. That was a different impression than the Nike. So I did lift a different one besides that Reebok.
You lifted at night. Do you remember?
I don't know if it was a Nike or not, but it was a tint marker 9. So
Tint marker 9, it is the exact same impression as tint marker 8. Your Honor, I don't have the ability to show it right now, but I have it right here on the, it's directly next to tint marker 8. It's the exact same one, it's no different.
Objection, Your Honor. Witness, the defendant is seeking to testify.
Yes, this witness questions, Mr. Yohn.
Tint marker 9 and tint marker 8, them were the only impressions you lifted as far as feet are concerned.
Objection, Your Honor. It's not what witness testified to. She also testified she took gel prints from the door where the door was open.
Sustain the objection. You rephrase the question.
I apologize again, I'm obviously not a professional. You only, is it true that you only lifted an abundance of prints, but only from one brand of a shoe?
No.
Could you possibly shed some light on the other, how many different brands you lifted?
Well, like I said, if you look at the gel on tint marker 9, there is a difference. And if you look in the tint marker 8, With the Nike, there's actually another impression over the top of that.
And throughout the whole scene, as you said, you do it in an analytical way.
Sorry, Jamie, did I miss something? My sister was calling. You know women.
No, he just started. his
Oh, he's
stuff.
just started.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing that Marissa says the jury has to be laughing.
Well, yeah, because his first question out of the gate was like, this is hard, isn't there? Whatever he was talking about, like to pull prints. I don't know. His BS that he's doing.
The witness wants to say, sir, do you hear colors?
Yeah. I don't know.
Throughout the whole scene, these were the only prints you lifted.
Yes,
Ms. Field, you arrived approximately, I believe it was 9:01 or 9:08 p.m. to the scene.
I arrived at 8:59.
8:53. I apologize. Not too much of this.
Stop apologizing.
Were you provided with the information of who had been in the home at the time? Or how many?
During the incident or after the incident? Are you talking about both?
Both, all together.
Yes.
And to your best remembrance, do you remember about how many? I wouldn't ask for a specific number. I know myself. I just wish that you give a range of number of people that were.
I was told that there was a male and female suspects. The female victim, her husband came home. Some of her children came after the incident. At least I would assume more than one. I don't know. And then there would be officers that walked through the scene. Some deputies. And that's who I know that was on scene at the time. Or before I arrived on scene.
That's approximately 15 people. And these are still the only prints you lifted.
I wouldn't say 15, but yes, those are still the only prints that I lifted, yes.
And were there any other deputies who arrived on the scene during your time there?
Yes.
Do you remember by any chance?
I had them stay outside. The one that did the walkthrough with me was Deputy Ruth Fode. She's the one that did the initial. I don't have groups that come in with me. She was there initially at the scene, and so she initially walked through the scene with me under my direction.
And if you would give me 1 second, you did ask a deputy who all had been in the home upon your arrival, correct?
Yes.
And the deputy obviously said several.
Objection, Your Honor, as to what the officer said.
Sustain the objection.
There were several.
That
What?
would be an interpretation. I found out who went through the scene. I also got, if you're worried about other footwear impressions, why I didn't collect those. I received images of those other subjects that were inside the house, and that is in my report.
And those would be.
The victim, the victim's husband, the family members that walked through there, I was able to determine deputies normally wear a certain type of boot, different brands, but it's pretty consistent. And I am pretty well trained to do footwear impressions. In fact, I train my agency as well as other agencies. So I'm pretty consistent.
No, I think what he's getting at is the crime scene is contaminated because everyone was just running around in there. I think that's where he's trying to go, but with this, I'm really annoyed. The audio have been so perfect, and now it's just bad.
Wait, give me 1 moment. Someone relayed to you, and this is in reference to the safe. Someone relayed to you that there was a lot of pooling on this floor. So,
I would say manipulation. Reportedly, people tried to get in it without the combination.
yes, and you were not able to identify anything at all.
That's correct. I did not observe any specific prints.
And
What portions on that safe did you dust? Was that, with it?
I did not dust anything on that safe. If I dusted on the safe, I would have contaminated the DNA.
Thank you, you used the light to observe.
Looks like, yes, sir.
I asked you about the Q-tips quickly. These Q-tips, are they normal size Q-tips, or are they
The swabs,
just the swabs?
they aren't your normal Q-tip. They are, the heads are about the same as a normal Q-tip, but then, they can either have a plastic stick or a really thin, wooden stick. So lengthwise, they're approximately 8 to 10 inches. I've never really measured them.
And you, your functions don't involve the actual testing?
That is correct.
In reference to the can, the 409 can, you stated earlier something along the lines of you were given information on the particular situation this can was utilized. Could you shed some light on that? What was the particular situation?
I was advised that the victim was forcibly sexually assaulted and that the male suspect sprayed the 409 carpet cleaner in and on the victim during the act.
So,
He does.
and you were not relayed any information about penetration.
Why is he bringing these questions up with her?
I don't know.
Why does he want to know if she was told that she had been penetrated? It doesn't have anything to. She's just there to collect evidence, and if she finds blood, she finds blood. She doesn't care if it's from a head wound or a butt wound. That's not her job. She's just documenting the crime scene. Why must he keep telling the jury what a horrible crime he committed to this old woman?
Because he didn't do it, Baker.
The victim, me. No, the alleged suspect, me. Yeah, he didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Iris, because even though I follow a lot of stupid people on the Twitch to make content for my videos, I still have that sliver of hope that some people might still have a little bit of a brain. It does. Why is he talking about penetration? It's not. He can ask, did you collect a can of carpet cleaner at the scene? Yes. Did you swab it? Yes. And then
You're giving him too much credit.
Yeah, but then later when the lab person comes in and she'll testify, yeah, I got a swab from a carpet cleaner can. Or no, I never received that. And then you can impeach them and say, well, we were told.
Well,
Oh
he
yeah,
doesn't
she's a
know how to
female
ask her
officer. She's not a real person. She's female.
Yeah.
And I'm being called a misogynist, and he's the one who says, I'm a real person. I don't have a vajayjay. I am a bleeding heart liberal.
No, but that would not have affected.
No, but my frustration level will be the same because again, I know that it had some good clips in this case, but I forgot how big of an idiot he is.
The way I would have collected it.
Oh, in reference to the can, when you dust, does that?
No, and he does it to everyone, male, female. He'll ask these stupid questions that have no meaning.
Serve the print?
It would enhance the print, but I did not dust the can.
You did not dust the can?
No, sir, that would have damaged any DNA. I just collected the can. I just picked up the can and put that in the paper bag. That way that the lab can determine what was the best way to process that.
So the lab would have been able to dust it at a later time if they decided to.
If they so choose to dust it, but the lab has got other means available to them, especially in a controlled environment, like the lab, they could use chemical enhancements and things like that. But if that was going to be going to DNA first, that would need to go to DNA first before that would be, and then they could, I don't know what they use to process that. That would be something you need to ask the scientists.
Sorry, thank you. That's all I have.
Jones, any redirect?
No, Your Honor, thank you. We ask that the witness be released from person.
You should not be doing any kind of investigation. You were discharged from your duty during.
Yes, Your Honor, I have entitlement, the right to interview.
I have an entitlement to the right, and the audio is bad, so I have to take the boost off. So I hope we can hear it because now we have the back again.
I have attempted to do that with a few that are actually here in the institution. As I spoke of prejudice, I just could never get any answers back up. The administrator, he does not care to speak to anybody, even correctional officers don't want him to be the administrator. They rooms go down back, he does not answer me. He does not do his duties. It's taken me months to get anything done. I've still not gotten anything done due to that. I would ask the courts to provide some type of resolution to that, as I have that entitlement, and I know that other individuals would like to speak to me, as I would like to clarify some things with them. I don't mind where it be, how it be on record, to be on camera, to be on audio. I have nothing to hide. I'd like to interview the witnesses, and if one happens to say they don't want to be interviewed, well, I'd like to hear that from the horse's mouth.
Judge, I'm not sure what witnesses he's referring to. I know that there was a request that was made with regard to a witness who is currently in the Adams County Jail. My understanding is that that witness declined to be interviewed by the defendant. That's my understanding. I have not heard that in person, but that is my understanding of the conversation that was had. At least it was passed on, and they're either waiting for a response or that person has said. That's all I know. A witness does not have to speak with Mr. Yohn if they don't want to, Your Honor. That's what we're doing.
Your Honor, the witnesses would be Michael Cameron, Travis Wiley, my father, Karen Blackledge.
The only request that I was aware of was made with regard to Karen Blackledge. Michael Cameron.
Karen Blackledge is his co-conspirator. She's the one who is in prison who doesn't want to talk to him. I think what he's asking for is subpoenas to be sent to his to his witnesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're in jail.
Hey, Floxy, what is up with you? We needed you yesterday. There was a lot of questions I think your expertise could have helped us with. Jamie, even though she's a medical professional and not a person because she has a VJJ, couldn't answer simple female biologic questions.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with my own female anatomy.
You are not a person, Jamie. That's why.
I'm not a person. Yeah.
Questions like, is number 1 bigger than number 2? Is a styrofoam cup more like being penetrated than the tip of a pen? You're missing a wonderful case, Flux.
It's not in the custody of the Adams County Jail.
Oh, so his dad is also in prison. Oh, good.
Yeah.
All I can advise you is that you have the right to attempt to interview witnesses and make the efforts to do so.
This type of cup.
Witnesses do have the right to not want to speak with you, and if that's their choice, then that's their choice. Your Honor, I don't know what other relief the court will be able to give you. Your Honor, jury instructions specifically on that, right? So you'll have to do the best you can. Again, just because you're in custody, in pro se.
Giving life to this idiot, I think, is his biggest crime.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not to give you any favoritism or additional rights than other members of the or other defendants in a criminal case who may be incarcerated. So that's the best I can do.
This case, it lasted 3 days, 4 days.
So we adjourn until 1:15.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jeepers.
Jeez.
I'm going to take that off and hope that audio has cleared up till they come back after lunch.
He was arrested. Yep. Are those available for me to get copies of to use on our website?
You were, I mean,
He had done that. That's why I was.
Is there someone who wants to grift off of it?
There are no more portrayals of the horizon, like, that I know. There's now where we say,
you are nerds, and we've read the studies, and we talked about the studies. We can hear you chat.
as we were discussing, because I said I also work pickets.
I can't work
I said I can work pickets.
You do. I can't.
Because there's all these studies about what you can wear in front of a jury.
And you know, Laura and I are nerds, and we've read the studies, and we talked about the studies.
Yeah.
Laura, we have particular clothes that we wear at particular days, depending on what the witness is and what they're going to say, because we're that anal.
Maybe not say that you are that anal in this case.
Court case.
Different context. You keep hearing it. This is when it goes off.
Yeah. Well, no, this is when is he gonna make it?
This is the moment.
This will be one of the big key moments.
Yeah, this is the key. Because tomorrow.
This is a hot mic moment that we really shouldn't be listening. But this is the prosecution team talking to someone about what's going to go on in the case. But I like that they had read the studies about how to appear in front of a jury with the witnesses and dress accordingly.
It's just 5 people. I don't see. I mean, he yeah.
He filed something, but it's.
Well, I would say if Valhalla is part of it, he's gentle.
Doesn't.
Travis needs to Travis. Also,
yes, that's
Aaron.
Everything is done. You want to talk. Then you want to talk about something.
yeah. That's where it could go through for us. Okay.
I expect that from Urban. Well, that's actually more of a shot at. But really,
You work for Adams County, you might expect a little bit more. I got that taser last week for nothing.
What?
My mistake. Next time.
Next time I'll chase her.
I expect that from Urban. Well, that's actually more of a shot at. But really,
You work for Adams County, you might expect a little bit more. I got that taser last week for nothing. Nothing. The bruises all over the body. A lot of them.
Jamie, how much do you want to bet that it was for something, not for nothing?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
By the way, did you get my letter about it? You did. Surprise.
it was a little late.
He's been whining about being mistreated since the day he got in the jail.
You kind of said the session.
That figures.
I
Probably wouldn't have made it 2 months ago, 3 months ago. No, the whole time I've been here, it hasn't been going out.
Years. No one is sad for you, you piece of crap.
On the record, it's now 1:50 and ready to, Mr. Yohn, are you prepared to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Take Charlie second.
Why did he? We have had perfect audio. Don't mess it up now. They're coming back. I love that he was tased a week before. Called a wambulance, maybe?
Yeah. We're supposed to
You
ask for
solemnly swear
you.
the testimony you may give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
And come over here and have a seat in the witness stand. Mr. Mr. Jones, when you're ready with your questions.
Thank you. Can you tell us your name?
My name is John Shoney.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an investigator for the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked as an investigator for the Adams County Sheriff's?
Approximately 2.5 years.
So
Before you were
this,
investigator
according to the
with the Sheriff's
prosecution,
Office, were
is
you
the
a
big deal.
deputy with the Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
And how long were you a deputy with the Sheriff's Office?
Approximately 6 months.
I want to talk to you about an investigation that you were part of that started on or about November 9th and 10th of 2021. Do you recall that investigation?
Yes, sir.
In the course of that investigation, was a suspect developed?
Yes, sir.
Was the name of that suspect Bradley Yohn?
Yes, sir.
After the 9th of November 2021, were you and other deputies looking for Bradley?
Yes, sir.
Was he found?
Yes.
Where was he found?
He was located in Springfield, Illinois.
Once you learned that he was located in Springfield, Illinois, did you go to Springfield as well?
Yes, sir.
He was found at a particular address in Springfield?
Yes.
Was that address 1906 East Cornell Avenue in Springfield, Illinois?
Yes.
And was a search warrant executed on that location?
Yes.
Now, in the course of executing that search warrant, were certain items of property seized both from that location and from the defendant's person?
Yes.
I want to talk first about items that were seized from his person. During the course of your investigation, was a brown, gold, beige purse recovered from his person?
Yes.
In fact, was he wearing it at the time of his arrest?
Yes.
I'm going to hand or show you what's been marked as. That purse had certain items of personal property in it.
Yes.
Had ABS checks.
Yes.
Checks from American Builder Supply.
Yes, sir.
Checks that were made payable to Tina.
Yes.
It also had a voter ID card for Tina Lovin, correct?
Yes.
There were also other items of personal property in that purse, correct?
Correct.
Was there a bag of jewelry in that purse?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been removed from a brown paper bag marked People's Exhibit 7. This bag of jewelry, this jewelry was found in that purse.
Yes.
The purse that was removed from the defendant's person.
Yes.
The same purse that had the voter ID card for Tina Lovin.
Yes.
The same purse that had checks made payable to Tina.
Yes.
Checks from American Builder Supply, Tina's business.
Yes, sir.
In that same purse that was removed from the defendant's shoulder that had Tina Lovin's voter ID card, checks to Tina, and that bag of jewelry that we saw, was there also a set of keys?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as People's Exhibit 10. Does that appear to be a set of keys?
Yes, sir.
Keys that were removed from the purse the defendant was wearing.
Yes, sir.
Those keys belong to a Toyota Avalon, is that right?
Correct.
In the course of your investigation and executing that search warrant at 1906 East Cornell Avenue in Springfield, where the defendant was found, did you also make entry into a motorhome on that property?
Yes, sir.
And when you made entry into that motorhome, did you also find some items of jewelry in that motorhome?
Yes.
And Ms. Keck, if you could pull up People's Exhibit 58. Up on the screen, and you have a monitor there, in the middle of the screen, there is a women's gold watch and a pin that we've learned has the Star Trek insignia and diamonds on it. Is that what you recovered from that motorhome?
Yes.
Motorhome on the same property at 1906 East Cornell, where the defendant was found.
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as People Exhibit 12. Does that appear to be the actual watch and pendant itself?
Yes, sir.
Also, when executing that search warrant at 1906 East Cornell, were two items, specifically a chainsaw and hedge trimmer, recovered.
They were later recovered, yes.
At that address.
At that address.
I'll show you what's been marked as People's Exhibit 15. Does that appear to be the chainsaw that was recovered from 1906 East Cornell Avenue in Springfield, Illinois, where the defendant was found?
Yes.
And People's 16? Does that appear to be the hedge trimmer that was found at 1906 East Cornell Avenue, where the defendant was found?
Yes.
Honor, we ask the People's Exhibits 15 and 16.
Any objection?
No, no.
Peoples 15 and 16 are admitted without objection.
do apologize. I need to go back to the purse that was found on the defendant again, People's Exhibit 11. Inside that purse was there a significant amount of U.S. currency also found?
Yes.
And I'll show you what's been marked as People's Exhibit 6. Does that appear to be the currency that was found in that purse?
Yes.
That currency was counted, is that correct?
Yes.
According to the information, there were 3 $5 bills,
Yes.
62 $10 bills,
Yes.
143 $20 bills,
Yes.
19 $50 bills,
Yes.
and 39 $100 bills.
That's correct.
So it's a total of $8,345 found in the purse the defendant was wearing at the time of his arrest.
Correct.
And that money was found in the same purse where Tina Loman's voter ID card was,
Yes.
where Tina's keys were,
Yes.
and where her jewelry was,
Yes.
and the checks that were made payable to Tina as well from her business.
Correct.
Your Honor, we ask that People's Exhibit 6 be admitted into evidence.
Any objection? No. All right, People's Exhibit 6 is admitted without objection.
When Mr. Yohn was searched, the defendant was searching, I guess, for the record to be clear, the person that you've executed that search warrant on, the person that was arrested in Springfield at that address is he here in court.
Yes.
Can you identify him for us, please?
It's the defendant.
Your Honor, we ask that reflect he's identified the defendant.
Record will reflect that this witness has identified the defendant.
Was he wearing anything on his feet?
Yes.
A pair of shoes?
Yes, sir.
Were those shoes collected?
Yes.
People's Exhibit 14, one pair of white size 12 Reebok men's shoes worn by Yohn at the time of his arrest. Are these the shoes that were seized?
Yes.
Your Honor, we'd ask that People's Exhibit 14 be admitted into evidence.
Any objection? No, Your Honor. People's Exhibit 14 is admitted without objection.
While the defendant was wearing those shoes, did you also take photographs of the shoes?
Investigator Miller did. Yes, sir.
Photographs were taken.
Yes.
When asked the bailiff to approach the witness hand, People's Exhibit 66, 67, 73, and 74.
I don't think he was offered a plea deal. Can you
I don't think
remember
so
that,
because
Tim?
I believe they wanted to prosecute him.
Yeah, because she took a she said she was guilty and she pled guilty and got 40 years. And I think
Yeah.
I'll try and find the clips. No, I think it's at sentencing. We will hear a lot about his demeanor while in custody too. So I think they wanted to get this guy.
And I think he was claiming like he didn't do it and stuff like that. So he wasn't going to,
Yeah, he wasn't
as far
going
as
to
I
plead.
remember, he wasn't going to plead anything. So
I think this guy is the guy where he claims that he was knocked out, his shoes were stolen, and someone else used them.
yeah, and he claims she was the mastermind of all of this and did everything. So you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
But again, not legal advice, but if you're stealing from someone, don't steal easily recognizable jewelry and wear their bags with their ID in it
And their ID, yeah, that's the stupid.
and drive their company car with, do you call them novelty plates when you have special plates made for your company?
Yeah, I mean, or
Yeah.
what do they call them? Because I have one. I don't even know what it's called. Personalized or something.
And Jamie's number plate, if anyone is in Wisconsin, is the one that says mean one with the number 1.
Mean Girl one, yeah.
Vanity plates. Yeah, you know.
Vanity plates, that's what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, I think vanity plates is the right thing. Yeah, he claimed that they didn't do anything, didn't turn over anything. We'll see him. There's a lot of sidebar. Well, not a lot because it's not a long trial. I thought it was longer, but it's actually, and it's short days because this is a 5-hour day that we will be done with in less than 3 hours, I think. So maybe around 3 hours. So it's a speedy trial. It's a good trial. It's one of those trials if you are new to true crime because you have a horrendous crime, you have an absolute idiot you have a good investigation, and the prosecution team is okay. So, and the judge is funny. So it's a great starter trial. You've seen those? Yeah. So you have been passed by Jamie, and she probably kind of dinged your cow because she doesn't give way. She just move it. I drive a truck.
Yeah, get out of my way. Get off my road.
Have you had a chance to look at those?
Yes, sir.
And are those photographs of the shoes that are in People's Exhibit 14, the shoes that were worn by the defendant at the time of his arrest on November 10th, 2021?
Yes.
Your Honor, we'd ask that those exhibits be admitted to evidence and ask leave to publish them to the jury.
All right. What numbers were those?
Apologize, 66, 67, 73, and 74, Your Honor.
Mr. Yohn, any objection?
Thank you, Holly Mac, for 5. I can't speak today, Jamie.
You can't.
I've been making too many videos lately. That's I speak too much. Holly Mac gifted 5 memberships to Sweetfly, Ruby 2 Shoes, DSN, Unicorn 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3. Well, someone out there is going to get a membership at some point because it only delivered 4.
It means somebody in the chat doesn't have it turned on.
What?
So it means somebody in the chat doesn't have their gift or accepting gifts turned on.
Yeah. If you can go in somewhere, I can't do it because I'm a brand account. I don't know what that means, but if one of you in chat is not a member, turn on gift membership because one is floating around. Thank you so much, Holly Mac. The Danish state charges another $1,250 to get vanity plates. Yeah, that's a voluntary revenue that we really want. Then we don't have to pay as much other places.
Yeah, I pay a little extra for mine.
It's if no one else in chat is missing a membership, it'll send it out to someone that I won't be told about. Robin should turn on her memberships, then she could get it.
No problem.
So remember, driving a car in Denmark is insanely expensive. This is why we all put around in small cars. Well, that's a positive problem. Having too many orders to do. That's better than not enough.
No, Your Honor. All right, so People's Exhibits 66, 67, 73, and 74 will be admitted and may be published without objection.
Up on the screen now is People's Exhibit 65, which has already been introduced to evidence. Investigator Shoney, the white shoes that we see at the bottom, these are the white shoes that we're talking about, correct?
Yes.
And people 14 in the photograph are going to be correct?
Yes, sir.
Next slide, please. In this photograph, the defendant is standing on his right foot. His left foot is raised in the air so you can see the tread on the bottom of that shoe. Fair to say?
Yes, sir.
At the heel of that shoe, can you read that word you notice upside down?
Yes, it says Reebok.
Reebok. Next slide, please. Then we see a picture of the defendant's right leg raised and his left foot showing the tread at the bottom of that right shoe. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And at the heel of that shoe, can you read that word for me?
It also says Reebok.
And you see a hexagonal pattern on the tread of that shoe.
Yes.
Next slide, please. Again, the bottom of the shoe is showing the tread pattern and the word Reebok at the heel. That's people 73.
Yes.
And people 74.
Yes.
And showing the tread pattern, hexagonal pattern, Reebok on the heel of that shoe.
Yes, sir.
During the course of your, we're going to have some more photos. During the course of your investigation, were you looking for a Toyota Avalon in retrospect to the keys that we saw in the purse?
Yes.
And was that vehicle found?
Yes, sir.
Where was it found in relationship to where the defendant was found? How many blocks away?
It was located by the Springfield Police Department near the intersections of 15th and Cornell, so approximately 4 blocks away.
Why does
And
she
we
sound
could
like a
pull up
valley girl?
People's 51. This is the vehicle that was found approximately 4 blocks away from where the defendant was found.
Yes, sir.
And the keys that we saw already were to this car.
Yes, sir.
The keys and the purse that the defendant was wearing.
Yes, sir.
Get the lights. Did you also interview the defendant, Bradley Yohn,
Briefly, yes, sir.
on November 11th, 2021?
Yes,
Did you ask him about the last time he was in Quincy?
I did.
When you asked,
Objection.
Grounds?
So this has already been suppressed. It's not admissible. Any statement made has already been suppressed
What?
due to there not being a statement. We went over this approximately 3.5 months ago.
I don't think you know what you're talking
Brief
about.
recess
Bradley.
and ask that the jury members return to the jury assembly room. We'll take. Which order, pretrial order, do you believe addressed the issue?
It was a motion to suppress statement in case they wanted to make something of it. It was the statement, I believe it was from
In case they wanted
June
to mix
15th,
something up.
motion that we did not hear until, I believe it may have been January or February.
Well, he will argue it. He wasn't the one wearing the shoe. But, again,
It was either a June 15th motion or June 21st, I believe.
that's why.
Well, you should know if you're going to object, dummy.
Yeah.
June 15th of 2022 does not have any motion regarding defendant statements. You believe the other date was what?
June 21st. It was sometime in June. It was 2 motions that were not taken up for approximately 7 months.
Who cares?
And they ended up being taken up in, I believe, January or February. So it's been a little bit over 3.5 months ago.
Taken up.
He speaks wonderfully. Don't you say anything about him.
Ms. Keck or Mr. Jones, are you finding any such motions?
I see a motion to suppress June 17th, but that wasn't about.
We're looking at 2022.
Jemima,
See it June 17th regarding.
are you a lawyer? This man is a lawyer. He knows his lawyering.
Yeah,
It's
he
not
knows what he's
like-
talking about, Jess.
Again, this testimony clearly has been suppressed on either June 18th or maybe February, October 20th, at one of those days. And then the judge must just say, oh, yeah, June, October, yeah, then we can't talk about it.
It was taken up
It
after
was
7
taken,
months of just.
it was taken up.
It was taken up.
Yeah,
God, even when I say that, it doesn't make sense.
the one who did it gifted him the jewelry, the money, the car, and the shoes after the crime. And that's you're smarter than the rest of us. Yeah, Jemima is sitting here using lawful law. Like that counts. We haven't even approached subject matter jurisdiction yet. This is not lawful law.
I'm just glad he's not doing that. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God he's trying to be a lawyer and he's not trying to.
And
So, yeah.
Jemima is
Robin said-
sitting with Black's Law Dictionary. Just
The
these
statements of
idiots,
Christine-
don't they understand what I know what I'm talking about?
Statements of Christina Loman that we confessed because we weren't going to use them.
All right, Mr. Yohn, if you can find the motion you're raising concerning your statements, defendant statements.
Your Honor, it doesn't matter. I didn't know anything or wasn't able to say anything that would prejudice me, but it was suppressed. It was suppressed early this year. It was one of the motions that
He's
took a
just
long
gonna
time
take you at your word.
be heard.
And you've repeated that 3 times, but that doesn't give me any direction as to trying to find this motion of the numerous motions and orders entered pre-trial. So
It may be in the beginning of June or July. I'm sure it was June.
Like, you can't just state that this was, yeah, trust me,
Well,
bro.
it's kind of like
No,
Kate
it's-
Peters. Did you lie and falsify a federal document? Yeah, but I said I was sorry. That means you can't be convicted of a crime if you say you're sorry, Jamie.
If you admit to it, then.
Yeah, if you admit that you made a forgery on a federal document, there's no way state or federal can get after you. That's just the law.
Apologies, Your Honor. We're going through the orders.
Yeah, to testify would reserve the right to use it on rebuttal if he chooses to testify. But we won't go into a statement, Your Honor.
all right.
But again, if the defendant chooses to testify, we would reserve the right to use it on rebuttal if he chooses to testify.
That's fine with me. I will be testifying.
Okay. We can
Trust
have the
me,
jurors
I'll
brought back
be
in, please.
testifying. It was in September, October.
I have no
Oh, when
idea.
the case.
Whatever.
Oh, the case happened in. We looked it up yesterday? March.
I thought you said July, but I could be wrong.
Yes, July. As I said, the same time as your business, where Jamie said, "No, because I was over on the experts watching your business," and said, "Jamie, you can't remember what you had for breakfast this morning.
Mm.
We were watching this at the same time as your business. Me and the expert had just met each other. I had been on Friday Night Live. Valhalla had just become a mod. We all remember those glory days." And you said, "No, your business was way later." And I had to correct
Yeah.
it again. Jamie, you should be glad that I can remember everything for you.
Oh yeah. Well, I had my eye on this trial for a long time because they didn't televise a lot of the pre-trial stuff, but there was a couple snips that came out on Law and Crime of this guy, like, because he started yelling in the middle of court and they got taken out and he was screaming as they were dragging him out. And I was like, this guy, we got to keep an eye on this one.
Yeah.
Because then I heard he was representing himself and I was like, oh boy.
July 23. Sue. No, I won't bring in your cousin that was mentioned earlier today, but you and Jamie are always ganging up on me.
Mm-hmm.
Turtle Boy says he is coming on your show. When will that be? That will be Wednesday, the 23rd at 8 p.m.
I see he's
And I
gonna
have
do,
promised him I will ask him all the right questions. So how are you feeling?
Yeah.
Why do you think Karen Reed will be found guilty? Oh, you think she'll be found innocent?
You should just ask him, like, who are you anyway? Like, who are you?
Yeah. Why are you called Turtle Boy?
I've never even heard of you before.
Yeah, I love everyone is like, oh, he had a bad interview. Well, he didn't. Someone had a bad interview with him. And then everyone is like, oh, you better prepare. I've had Turtle Boy on before. We are both online personalities. We're just going to shoot the shit and it's going to be fine. I'm going to talk about his case and everything's going to be fine.
Exactly. No need to worry.
Yeah.
And if you
that's-
screw up, then you screw up and you never talk to him again. Okay.
Don't do drugs and then interview someone. Maybe I should. Every time I give on this channel will be Eastern Standard Time. It can't go as crazy as Plevin's one. Maybe I'll just read him passages from Plevin's book about him.
Yeah.
Mr. Yohn had made an objection to question by the state. State is
Withdrawing the question, Your Honor.
withdrawing the question. All right. So that question will be withdrawn and jury instructed to disregard.
I should stop hitting all the buttons.
You really should.
Can you relay the turn of events?
Of November, correct?
Correct.
Shoot.
Did Racket's interview go that badly? No, Racket's, I think they had fun together. It was a different, I don't want to say the name of the person because they took it down, and go watch Turtle Boy's Saturday stream. He'll mention it. It's not my position to talk about other creators.
And to be honest, he didn't even talk crap at all.
Well,
Somebody else in his chat mentioned it. And
he was just honest, and that's the thing. You don't always, because as a YouTube creator, it's a big, we call it a big cousin party in Denmark where everyone knows everyone. So you don't talk bad about someone because sometime down the road you'll have to either stream with them or some of the people who know them, so you don't want to burn bridges. So normally you'll just say, yeah, it was a great interview, and then you'll move on, and then maybe you never talk to them again, or you will do something with them again. I have had my share of times where I felt, oh, this isn't working. But because something happened, he chose to maybe be a little more truthful than you normally are in those situations. So if you want the tea, drink Aiden's tea on Aiden's channel, because he's honest about it.
Record, the jurors have returned to the jury box. Mr. Yohn had made an objection to question by the state. State is
Withdrawing the question, Your Honor.
withdrawing the question. All right. So that question will be
I need
withdrawn
Melissa to come
and
on
jury
and push the
instructed to disregard that question.
Just a couple more. Apologies, Your Honor.
You're fine. Go
Just
ahead.
a couple more questions, Investigator. You were with Ms. Fields on November 9th, 2021, when she collected the shoe prints that were in the house, correct?
Correct.
And the shoes that were collected from the defendant were not collected until the next day, the 10th or the early morning hours of the 11th of November, correct?
Correct.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you very much.
Mr. Yohn, any cross?
Give me 1 moment, Your Honor. Investigator Shoney, you arrived in Springfield. Can you relay the turn of events that caused you to conclude the finding of these items?
Upon my arrival, I was informed you were taken in custody by the U.S. Marshals. The address that you were taken in custody at, I completed a search warrant for that address, which led me to the discovery of the items you have referenced.
And can you describe what you saw on the search? Initially entering the scene, the property of 1906 East Cornell.
There was a motor home parked on the rear of the residence off of an alley. Upon my arrival, I immediately observed the person questioned sitting on a chair outside of said motorhome.
And you tell us a little bit about the procedure in a search. How, for example, do you search first, take pictures last, pictures first, as you go?
Overall pictures of the scene are taken initially before we disturb or move anything. And then once the overall pictures are taken, pictures are taken of items as we gather them prior to us disturbing them in any way.
And when you first arrived in Springfield, it's well known that there was 4 deputies and 2 went, 2 went one way and 2 went another.
Correct.
2 going to the police department to interview and 2 going to observe the scene, I'm guessing.
Correct.
You weren't one that went to the scene to observe.
No.
You went directly to the police station.
Yes.
And the other two officers, I won't name them right in this moment, but they went to the scene and they observed. What was their basis for going directly to the scene? You as an officer, in your opinion?
I cannot testify to their basis of going to the scene. That would be up to them, Mr. Yohn.
Yes, sir. They then went to the police department themselves, and you helped them in obtaining a warrant, correct?
I obtained the warrant myself, Mr. Yohn.
And then you left and went to the scene to search.
Yes.
And upon your search, your warrant held a specific outline of what you were to search. I believe it was the motorhome, the curtilage, surrounding outhouse buildings, such as sheds and whatnot. Did you search all of it, all of that curtilage?
I personally searched the motorhome and the exterior of the motorhome.
Curtilage.
And there were suitcases located outside that motorhome.
Correct.
You did not search them?
I did.
You did. To your best recollection, were there any other shoes in them suitcases?
Not to my knowledge, Mr. Yohn.
And you did not search the outbuildings, the sheds?
I personally did not, no.
All right.
Do we need to have Sue on to speak hillbilly for us?
No, he's
What
just
is-
trying to use these words that.
But what is curtilage? I'm thinking, is he messing up a word because
No,
you're thinking? Could it be like? No, it couldn't be shrubbery. It couldn't be. I don't know what word he's trying to say.
So
Oh, it's a legalese thing that comes from case law and search and seizure. But he says curtilage as it's the front lawn of the motorhome or something like that.
someone said fancy words for the property outside a
Oh,
docile house.
it's not a hillbilly word. Well, then we don't need Sue on because she don't only speak them hillbilly words.
Listen, you know he does not use the word curtilage in his everyday life. That's why I can't with him.
Yeah, so a nice shrubbery outside of the house would be a curtilage. Nee. Well, yeah. It's the area surrounding the house that is still private property as the sidewalk.
I would have had to look it up.
Yeah, it sounds like something that happens to milk. But I'm
I'm thinking like curdled milk, some cottage cheese.
well, Jamie, we only watched this trial once before. Now we finally found out what curtilage is. It's around the house.
Now that we're just listening again, yeah, I'm picking up a lot more than we missed the first time around. Just all these stupid words.
Do you recall if it was you that took the pictures or another deputy?
That was the crime scene services individual.
Imagine I thought that Sue could translate that.
From the Springfield Police Department that took those photographs.
Mr. Fannin, I believe.
Correct.
Do you know the next
I just
meetup
know
in
for a
Denmark?
fact he never uses that word in real life. That's why it bothers me. So
Yeah,
I know
but
he's not actually using
you know Sue will be at the next meetup, and you won't be the only one beating me at a meetup.
Oh, I hope so. Because, I mean, it was fun. And it's just love punches. It's okay. I just get
Mr. Shoney, as far as that purse is concerned, that purse was located there on a steel chair, I'm guessing a metal chair.
Yes.
Right outside the motorhome. Could you, there was a pill bottle located around that, correct?
Correct.
Was it in the purse?
I don't believe so.
You obviously conferred with Springfield detectives, Springfield police.
Correct.
As there was a homicide in a direct vicinity, true?
Correct.
And you and your other deputies, y'all left at approximately, I believe it was 1:30 to 2:30 from here in Quincy, Adams County, to head that way?
I would have to reference the report, Mr. Young. I don't remember what time we left town.
It was in the afternoon.
Okay.
And there was a homicide in the direct vicinity, correct?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
I know that homicide did not have anything to do with the defendant,
I didn't investigate the homicide, Mr. Young. I'm unaware.
but it's common knowledge, correct?
Not to me, Mr. Young.
All right.
He didn't invest.
And upon the search, you said you searched the immediate exterior. Did you search the purse yourself?
On scene, I looked in the purse as the photographs were taken. But yes, I did search the purse.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Step down, thank you.
Your Honor, we'd reserve,
From you, Sabina.
Your Honor, we would reserve the right to call him as a rebuttal witness.
Okay.
I would myself.
Made available under your witness subpoena, sir. Thank you. Just get ready for the next witness.
Yes, before we call Kelsey.
Congratulations, Jamie.
What? Danny, stop letting Jamie be so promiscuous.
You come forward to the deputy circuit clerk and raise your right hand. She'll swear you in.
I do solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the cause of opinion.
Stand when you're ready with your questions.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the record, can you tell us your name?
Kelsey Miller.
Ms. Miller, what do you do for a living?
I'm an investigator with the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
Can I have you pull that?
Is she the one who's pregnant?
What? She is the one that really hates this guy.
Yeah, she's gonna. Yeah, I can just. She's a pretty lady, but she doesn't look at him with pretty eyes. Let's just say that. Jamie,
Listen.
we should get a Val goat mixed in with a Danny goat.
Danny just lets her goats go wild. Goats gone wild is Danny's.
Yeah, but imagine we could have a YouTube goat that was made by Val's goats and Danny's goats.
I know. You just ship a Val goat over to Danny's goats and just let him have at it.
She's very, very, very pretty. Very European, well, very Scandinavian too.
Microphone a little closer to you. What do you do for a living?
I'm an investigator with the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
Much better. Investigator Miller, were you involved in the investigation of a crime that occurred on the 4300 North Bottom Road on November 9th, 2021?
Yes.
And in the course of that investigation, were you assigned a specific task as it related to a court order and the person of the defendant, Bradley Yohn?
Yes.
And what was that task?
To collect a buccal swab.
Did you do that in this case?
I did.
The person you collected the buccal swab from, are they here in court?
Yes.
Is that person seated directly to my left wearing a blue shirt?
Yes.
Your Honor, we'd ask that the record reflections identified the defendant as the individual she
I like a woman with meat on her bones.
collected
Like a
that
thick
buccal
neck.
swab.
No, not just
Tell
a
me
thick neck.
briefly
I just
why
don't like
buccal
those
swab is.
skinny,
It's a swab from the inside of your mouth to collect DNA.
pretty
And that
ladies
swab
that.
is then transferred to the Illinois State Police crime lab.
That's correct.
Is there a procedure that
I
you
like a
use to
lady
collect that
who
buccal
looks
swab?
like she
Yes.
could go on
What
date
is
at
that
Taco Bell.
procedure briefly?
I have the individual swish their mouth out with,
No, that's most of us.
then using gloved hands, I take one Q-tip on either the left or right cheek, stay on that cheek, wipe it up and down, and then do the same thing with the next swab.
And did you do that in this case with the defendant?
I did.
Did you collect both those buccal swabs
Yes.
and put them into evidence?
Correct.
I'm holding in my hand People's Exhibit 17. It says one sealed envelope containing one buccal swab collected from Bradley Yohn. The collection date is November 22nd, 2021, and the collection officer is you, Kelsey Miller. Is this the buccal swab that you collected from the defendant?
Yes.
Your Honor, we'd ask that People's Exhibit 17 be introduced into evidence.
Any objection?
No, sir.
People's Exhibit 17 is admitted without objection.
Thank you, Investigator Miller. That is all the questions I have.
Any cross-examination?
It's a buccal swab, that's all it is, correct? Swab of DNA, correct?
Correct.
simply for testing. Your Honor, I'll finish with the witness right now. I'd like to call her at a later time.
Oh, it's when she's called
If
back.
he wants to go beyond the scope
Yeah.
of our questions, we have no objection if he wants to do that now.
Not right this moment, Your Honor. No, I do not want to do it right this moment.
You will be excused from testifying at this time, but you'll need to remain available to be recalled as a witness.
Yeah, that's when she loses her mind.
Do you have any further witness?
Judge,
Yeah.
that's all the witnesses we have for today. The remaining witnesses we have are all lab personnel from the Illinois State Police that were not available until tomorrow morning, but they will all be here. All three of them will be here tomorrow morning. But also tell the court, outside of those lab people, we may have one other witness, but that's it. And I would anticipate being done with our case probably by noon tomorrow.
All right.
Look at that. I mean, they're done with their case.
That's how you do it. Don't waste years on a case.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to recess for the evening. You may go about your normal affairs, and you must not discuss this case with anyone, including family members, friends, or your fellow jurors. As I told you at the beginning of this case, your job as jurors is extremely important. Your decision on your verdict is to be based only upon the evidence that you see and hear in this courtroom and the instructions of law that I will give you. Therefore, to remain fair and impartial, you must refrain from doing the following things until you are discharged from service on this case. You must not converse with anyone on any subject connected with this case. You must not read or listen to any outside comments or news accounts of this
We're going to
case.
have a sidebar
You must
again.
not
Yeah, you only get that on a Broken Baker stream. Goat smacks and curtilage.
I mean, this channel does it all.
take up jury instructions, or do you believe it's still a little early for that?
I think actually, Your Honor, we're okay to take up jury instructions. At least the people are. The current witnesses have all testified, and I feel fairly comfortable with the lab people are going to say tomorrow. So I think we can do the instructions.
Mr. Yohn, do you have any jury instructions?
No, Your Honor. If we could we possibly wait till tomorrow?
When are you wanting to do it tomorrow? What do you foresee?
Excuse me?
Is it going to be over your noon hour tomorrow if the state rests?
Yes, we could.
All right, so rather than eating lunch, you would rather be here doing a jury instruction conference?
Fine with me.
All right, that's what we'll plan on request of defendant.
Your Honor, I do have a couple issues to take up before.
Sure.
Your Honor, I, as I stated earlier, repeatedly requested to talk to witnesses. He told me to do what I had to do. In other words, yes, he told me to do what I had to do. I spoke to officers at lunchtime.
No. If he told you to do what you had to do, that's not, in other words, you do what you have to do. That's exactly the same words. You told me to do what I had to do. Yes. Exactly the same thing.
He loves it. He loves that.
Wow. I don't do that.
He's an idiot.
The trial I served on took 2 weeks, but there's a ton of evidence for the 9 charges. Yeah, sometimes, but this is just very efficient because it's such an open and shut case.
Today, and I'm told by a sergeant, Officer Ruth Bowden's husband, that I do not get anything unless I have a court order. In them exact words, I do not get anything unless I have a court order. He said, they can't even inquire whether witnesses want to speak to me unless I have a court order by the courts. He specifically said, well, have the judge come down here and tell me. And I proceeded to tell him, it is my right. You cannot deny me. He says, well, I'm denying you. Your Honor, I would request that the courts give me some type of order before I leave the courtroom to handle this issue once and for all. It's been a blatant denial of rights, and I'm trying to get this show on the road since I'm already being forced to do it at this time. I would ask the courts to present me an order, please, so that I can proceed to ask the witnesses myself a yes or no as to whether they would like to be interviewed and speak to me.
All right, Mr. Jones or Mrs. Keck, here to respond.
What did he just say? I know English is my third language, but I think English is not even in his top 10.
No.
before I leave the courtroom to handle this issue once and for all. It's been a blatant denial of rights, and I'm trying to get this show on the road. Since I'm already being forced to do it at this time, I would ask the courts to present me an order, please, so that I can proceed to ask the witnesses myself a yes or no as to whether they would like to be interviewed and speak to me.
All right, Mr. Jones and Ms. Keck, here to respond.
What?
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, as far as him talking to witnesses, I think the issue is he was wanting to talk to other inmates in the Adams County Jail. And I understand that that presents a security problem for the jail. If there are particular people he wants to talk to, because he believes he will have relevant information, then I would ask that he tell the court what that relevant information is now before that interview occurs, because he shouldn't just be interviewing people just because he wants to interview people. He's an inmate, as are these people. Karen Blackledge, certainly I understand his request to interview her. My understanding is at this point, she does not wish to be interviewed by Mr. Yohn. If that changes.
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
Grounds are, Mr. Jones does not know this.
He just stated to his understanding.
To his
All
understanding.
right,
he does
so
not know.
objections overruled. Let Mr. Jones respond to your argument.
If that changes, if she indicates that she wants to be interviewed, then they can make those arrangements. And certainly whether or not there's a court order or not, I don't know that that's necessary, but if the jail wants a court order to have that occur, then that's fine. Obviously, there'll be some security concerns, so we'll have to deal with that in a particular way, but we can do that. The other names that he's provided, Michael Cameron is no longer in the custody of the Adams County Jail. He's a DOC inmate. I can't do anything about that. The other two names he gave were Travis Wiley and his father, Bradley Yohn Sr. Both those individuals are in the Adams County Jail. However, at this point, I'm not aware of any relevant information that either one of them could provide to this case. So I'd ask that there be some showing before we make arrangements with the jail to allow him to interview those witnesses who don't have any relevant information for this case.
Your Honor, if you'd like me to proceed.
If I would like you to address Travis Wiley, what?
Your Honor, he would be a rebuttal witness or a witness, simply a witness on my behalf if Michael Cameron and Troy Hedges were to testify. As to my father, I will go ahead and put this on the record, Your Honor. My father and my sister tried to come up here for months when I had Citro, and I told Citro to let them place forth their alibi.
Why is he trying
Place
to?
I can't take him seriously.
Why? I always try to follow the rules of communication that speak to the dumbest person in the room. Hey, Lefty, and the smartest person can understand you. Yes, sometimes I can slip out of the shell and go into a little deeper thing where I don't play the stupid foreign all the time. But why is he trying to use all of doth biggeth wortheth? Does he think that it helps him? Because he's not going to place forth their alibi. He does.
He thinks he has an alibi. What is this? I would love to hear this alibi. What is this alibi? I wish they would have brought it.
No, Roger. No, I don't think he hangs with people like this.
No,
Imagine
Roger is too good for this man. Like,
Yeah, he only do recreational meth. He's not an addict like this guy.
Can he be placed for the two? I really wish he would.
By their story, their whatever. Citro and his office denied my mother and my father, or excuse me, my sister and my father. Yes, my sister did only come up here because she provided the transportation for him that day. However, they'd been denied. That's one of the reasons I went pro se, is because I was not getting effective assistance of counsel out of anybody. And I have an alibi of where I was at this time. And, well, they've been denied.
What was your alibi? You're on camera at the gas station.
We're trying to rent it. They did not have the right to speak to them. I told Mr. Citro the last time, I will sign a release if I have to. Oh, don't worry about that. I said, well, let me sign the release anyways. Oh, I'll get with you. Never got with me, Your Honor. My dad went
about a year and a half ago, and in the past year and a half, you haven't been able to speak to your father or sister. Is that your testimony or your statement?
Your Honor, I'd hate to place it on the record, but my father got so depressed, he went into a stupor.
I just need an answer to my
Stupor.
question. Haven't you been
Jamie, I really hate to put this on the record, but my dad got into a stupor.
He got so depressed.
Yeah.
He got so depressed that he went to jail.
He's in prison, but he got depressed that his idiot son is also going to prison.
Yeah, apparently.
Jamie, you are the medically trained expert on this channel.
Yeah.
What is the definitions of a stupor?
I don't even. I want to know what kind of stupor he was in. I haven't heard anybody use that word in like maybe once in my life. Where
His
does he
dad
come up
said-
with this stuff?
His dad says, "My son, I ameth in doth stupor."
I am in death stupor. Those depressional stupors, yeah, they're hard on you. You gotta be careful. Place forth doth stupor. So stupid.
A state of near unconsciousness or instability. Yeah,
Thank
I've
you.
been that depressed once.
He just went unconscious.
Shell wants to know what Swayshire is. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the one. Did she ask for that? Did I miss that? Where's Shell? I don't know what Swayshire is. Swayshire is what Big Dog has because he bought some of my merch. See, Jamie, I can grift sometimes. But the real Swayshire is... What the hell? I can't... Did you delete it, Marissa?
He's been blaming you ever since, Marissa, for everything being messed up.
Do you remember any description as far as the size of these men?
Yeah, I remember the size of them. I know I could tell by the Swayzer who that one was, by meeting him different times up there at Paula's. I knew Swayzer is, get that word right, Swayzer? Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know what that word means, so I'm sorry.
Oh, his style, his walk, his talk.
Okay.
That's Swayshire. His walk, his talk, style.
His style, his walk, his talk. Yeah. Like Patrick Swayzer.
Yeah.
One of the guys, I forgot what the prosecutor said. He giggled on the stand. Like, it was hilarious.
What was... He was just sitting there, and then can we come to Sidebar?
What is happening?
unable to speak with either of those individuals in the last year and a half?
Your Honor, do you know what they've been doing to me in this county?
Is it a yes or no? Have you speak to either of
couple
those
times.
individuals in the last year and a half?
A couple times, yes, but I'd like to put it on the record. I'm not asking to do this in private. I'm not asking to do it. It could be in restraints. I have nothing to hide. I'm asking to interview a witness. And that's what I'm entitled to. I'm held to the same standards. I should not have to go through all these extracurricular activities just to get my rights. It's been an extreme battle
Extracurricular activities.
so far. It's been ridiculous. The proof I have of denial of rights is probably enough for an appellate reversal.
Well, we would have to have a conviction as a result of this case to begin, so let's
Yes.
not put the cart in front of the horse.
Yes, sir, I understand that, and I'm trying to prevent a conviction, Your Honor. So in order to do that and not have to go through that, I need to interview witnesses. And now the county has pulled out every obstacle possible, and I know it's not just them. They work with other people in this building.
Yeah.
You know, I'm asking for the order so that I can handle my business and do as I need to do.
Your Honor, with regard to Travis Wiley, the people are not calling, as we've previously stated, we're not calling either Michael Cameron or Troy Hedges, so Mr. Wiley won't be needed as a rebuttal witness at that point. With regard to the defendant's father, this is the first we're hearing of an alibi defense, and as the defendant has said, he is held to the same standard as every other attorney. Any other attorney is told that alibi is a defense that has to be given notice of, and he has never given notice of an alibi defense as is required by Illinois law. It's a little late now for him to be trying to introduce a quote unquote alibi defense. We have a right, if he's going to present an alibi defense, to investigate that alibi. He's under an obligation to provide that information, and he never has.
Mr. Citro didn't tell you?
Mr.
Well,
What?
reviewing the defendant's supplemental discovery response that was filed July 10th of 2023.
To investigate that alibi, he's under an obligation to provide that information, and he never has.
Mr. Citro didn't tell you?
Mr. Citro didn't tell you.
Well, reviewing the defendant's supplemental discovery response that was filed July 10th of 2023, there is no affirmative defense disclosed therein. And so the court does not, or finds that you, Mr. Yohn, have not disclosed as required under the rules an affirmative defense or alibi defense to the people. So that being the basis of you needing to speak with Bradley Yohn Sr., the court is going to deny your motion. And as Mr. Jones has just revealed, the state is not calling Cameron or Hedges, which was the reason you would need Wiley as a rebuttal. So based upon that disclosure, the state is denying that motion. And I will be taking Mr. Jones at his word that Ms. Blackledge does not want to speak with you or be interviewed as a witness in this case. And so I will be denying that motion. You will be allowed to inquire of her in cross-examination, or if you call her as a witness tomorrow, if she's called to testify. You can get into that with her if you would like at that time. Anything else, Mr. Yohn?
Your Honor, just so the court knows, I will speak with Jail Administrator Curran again tonight. I will ask him to approach Ms. Blackledge and ask her again if she wants to submit to an interview. If she says yes, we will make that happen. If she says no, then obviously we can't. But I will ask that it happen again tonight so that we can address that issue if it comes up. I don't want to be unfair to the defendant.
Your Honor, I object to that. Administrator Curran has taken a lot of, he's acted as if he has authority in these issues. He has no authority in these issues. He's taken my discovery.
I will ask Ms. Blackledge.
All right, so Mr. Jones.
I should be able to ask Ms. Blackledge so that we know.
Well,
because
No, you're not allowed to ask Ms. Blackledge, you idiot, because first of all, you're incarcerated. Second of all, she's incarcerated. Third of all, she's not a person because she has a vajayjay, so she's probably not in the same unit as you are. So you would have to be transported either to the women's wing, or you would have to meet on neutral ground. You are not the one who is to ask Ms. Blackledge this, especially if she says, I don't want to testify or talk to him. Then you shouldn't be allowed to go in and talk to her.
Well, also her being the accomplice, more than likely they have some kind of order that they're not even allowed to speak to each other.
Yeah,
without,
because
like,
they could.
permission.
Yeah.
So,
And Shannon loves CT. I love CTs too. Well, you are a fine reader of humans because he is an absolute douche canoe. And his vocabularium is maybe a bit over exaggerated for his skill level. He uses words doth not constantly connects to what he is does meaning.
he places forth doth words.
Glad you like it.
In the curtilage.
In the curtilage, he doth protesteth to myth. Well, he never protested to myth.
Mr. Jones does not want me to speak
Mr.
to
Yohn,
Blackledge.
don't talk over me. We've
Yes, sir.
discussed that before. All right. The other issue is, while you are representing yourself and have the rights to interview witnesses as an attorney, there are no special privileges because you're incarcerated and an inmate. And so if there is a jail policy that inmates are not to communicate with other inmates, we'll follow the policy. Mr. Jones is trying to extend an opportunity to you that he will follow up with Ms. Blackledge. And if she does in fact want to speak with you, then he's going to make that happen, which is beyond what the court's likely to grant on your motion. So he's going to go above and beyond what I'm willing to do, following the rules, to hopefully make that happen. So, anything else, Mr. Jones?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Read it,
Mr.
Bradley.
Your Honor, once again, I would object to continue on with this trial because I did ask for an attorney.
Mr. Young, the issue's been addressed when you raised it by written motion and formal argument. So on your oral motion, the objection is noted of record and is denied.
I just want to make record again, Your Honor, that's all. I'm sure we have it on the record.
Anything else, Mr. Young, before we recess for the day?
No, sir.
All right, we'll be in recess.
I object to this trial continuing.
Your Honor, I put forward a motion doth me findeth not guilty on behalf of my alibi
My alibi in the curtilage.
in the curtilage. Dear Papa always to me saideth, my son.
Dear Papa was in a stupor.
Jamie.
Oh my God.
My dad got so depressed. I want to put this on the record. He fell into a stupor.
Oh my God. I wish you would have said that, my dear Papa.
Yeah, he should have had no regrets on his neck. I don't think he has any chess piece because he used all his money on video poker and crack.
Immediately after doing what he did, he just goes there. Let me win some money here. So stupid.
On your medical profession, Jamie, if you start bleeding, you don't just stop bleeding and then start bleeding again, do you? And I love that the witness was just, are you an idiot? Why are you asking me this question?
It's all so stupid.
Well, men and people who are not persons. This was today's entertainment. I have to take money out. Well, yeah, that's the grifter in me. I have to take Molly out for her evening walk. We will be back for the last of the state's case tomorrow. We might even, because it's short, get to Mr. Bradley Yohn's presentation of his defense. I know it's not a full day, but Molly El Terroristo needs to get her walk in, and I need to. Yes, I'm coming now. See?
Oh, look at her. She's just waiting. Oh my God, stop it with that face. Get out of here.
Tell that face that, oh, you need to stream more.
Look at baby. You tell daddy he's got to go take you for a walk.
Yeah, we're going to go out and get our big evening walk. We'll be back 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow with another part of the tour of Illinois, and see if Miss Blackledge is willing to come and testify on behalf of Mr. Bradley Yohn. She won't.
Yeah, she won't.
Jamie, hasta la taco.
Doth, have a good day.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100% correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All
right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't have cared.
You wouldn't have cared?
No.
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
No.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
So there.
Everybody has.